vampires. So you
I got
7 hit points.
I got dicked on.
I killed one.
Except Sigmundur, who like lopped off one of their heads and it disintegrated, and it was awesome. And then they panicked and flew away.
Andy wasn't even here when he killed it.
True. Sorry. I considered just having him stop existing for a bit, and then I realized that your like most potent damage character, you guys would die. So
The only one who can deal radiant damage each turn.
Yeah.
Currently.
So, when last we left off, you had entered the town of Vallaki, heading west towards Crescent, to bring Irina Koyana to the safety that is Sea of Krezik, as it is as far away from Ravenloft as possible. On entering Vallaki, you realize that things are strange. The town is surrounded by the mounted heads of wolves, which appear to be placed there in some sort of ritualistic, ceremonial way. And you headed to the church, attempting to find refuge for the children you saved, Freak and Myrtle, who were found the old bone grinder, held there captive by hags, presumably going to turn them into delicious pies, one of which Gorwell ate and was briefly transported via vision back home. And then he was about to, get his freak on, and then he woke up. It was really sad. And anyway, upon entering the church, you realize that the church at the moment is not as safe as it once was, as it was formerly protected by a set of bones, the bones of Saint Andrel, an old religious figure here in Vallaki. On investigating, you found that the bones were stolen and taken to the coffin maker on the outskirts of Vallaki, and going to investigate. It was a trap. Vampire spawn popped up. You guys got the absolute shizite beat out of all of you. Sigmundur cut one in half, and it did the vampire thing. And upon realizing that one of their brethren was taken out, and the fight may turn into not their favor, vampires' bones that they had with them. Ooh. Now you stand there in the attic of the coffin maker's house. Promise of stew and mead back when you return to the inn. For now, bones have been lost, presumably with them their protection provided. I turn it over to you.
Unfortunately, it seems we've lost the bones for good, or at least for a while.
Yeah.
So I say, we cut our losses, lick our wounds, and have some stew.
There's any stew left, and I'm a glare at the old guy who has vampires in his house.
As you turn to glare at him, you look at the middle of the room where he had a brief kerfuffle with the vampires, and he is getting up and heading towards the door in a panic hurry.
Where do you think you're going?
Had enough of this business. I'm leaving.
I don't think it's that easy for you. We need to know what you all told your vampire allies.
I told them nothing. In my life, I gave them the sanctuary they asked. Now I wish to leave. Please grant me that. Let me leave with them. My life, if not my dignity, still intact.
Bit late for that last part, Chief.
Isn't this your home?
Was. I'll set out. I'll find something. Just please, leave me in peace.
Do you have any idea where the monsters might have gone?
I assume back home to their castle. I don't know a blasted thing about them.
Brothers, I think we should leave, and leave this man to his own devices in his own home.
Thank you. I'm sorry for all the strife that I've caused. I know that I've done no service to Vallaki. I've done evil things, but Hope you can forgive me.
I forgive you. Fear is a very powerful motivator, and we apologize for any stress we may have put you under. And I bow, and I'll walk downstairs and go to leave.
Weak old man, and I walk out. Do you still have that stew?
That's at the hotel.
It's back at the inn.
Never mind.
It's been a few weeks. I get it.
I leave.
All right.
Yeah, I'm headed to get me some stew.
You guys return to the Blue Water Inn, walking through town. Sorry. It is drawing towards evening. The sun presumably falling lower in the sky, as the gray washed light that is provided through the cloud cover is slowly dimming and dimming. Upon your return, you see the gray smoke coming through the chimney, and there are lights on. There appears to be a slight hustle and bustle. You would assume that the inn is more occupied than it was when last you were there.
I hope it's not too occupied, since we bought all of the rooms.
I don't think they would have given them away.
I need me some stew. Oh,
Wait,
shoot.
And
Okay. Hold on. Rooming situation. I'm pretty sure it's me and Gorwell, right?
Yeah, I don't remember. That's.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
that sounds familiar.
I'm pretty sure it was Irina, Ishmark, and the two kids in the
Right.
4-person room. And then we were going to split. Gorwell and I were going to share a bed, I think. And then Sigmundur was going to take the other bed. And then Undar and Bjorn were going to take a room, if I recall correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's not how it was. That's how it is now, because ultimately it's fairly superfluous, and I don't feel like working it out. So that's what it is now. You guys, as you approach the inn, you step up to the doors to the tap room, and you open them up, and there are significantly more patrons. There's still that small cloaked group huddled around the table. However, now, additionally, there are, they appear to be 2 woodsmen occupying a table. And for the first time since entering Barovia, this strange land of Strahd's domain, you see, not unlike yourselves, another non-human as a half-elf man, very colorfully dressed, sort of jongleur-esque, bright, strange patterned clothing. A half-elf wearing a Robin Hood-style pointed hat, and he's got a handlebar mustache. And he appears to be sitting on one of the tables and telling stories to some of the random patrons.
I'm gonna look around and see if there's stew.
There are some people eating some stew. You would presume that since it was promised, if you were to speak with the barkeep, he would probably provide it for you.
I'm gonna walk up, and I'm gonna sort of rest on the bar.
Hey, back. What can I get for you? You promised a hot meal when you ordered a room, correct?
Yes, 5 stews, please.
What, 5 hot beet stew and some fresh bread. Sound good?
Perfect.
Right. I've already given your meals to your other companions that are just sitting over there in the corner. If you'd like to join them, bring your food right over.
Of course.
Right. Have fun, all is well, and all that. You know the deal. Have a good one.
I start to walk over to the table.
Irina and Ishmark are sitting at the table, accompanied with Freak and Myrtle.
Hey,
Irina has
guys?
Myrtle, like up on her knee, and she's like bouncing her knee. You know how it is. She's a little kid. And Freak is sitting there, blankly staring across the table, and Ishmark appears to be like wiping the mud and grime from the mechanical parts of this maintaining his weapon.
I'm gonna look over at my brothers and be like, those men with the weird clothes in the corner, do you think they're Vistani?
To whom are you referring? The brightly colored man?
The one
Or
with the
the
Robin
cloaked
Hood
figures?
hat and the
Okay.
that mustache.
There is a certain
Mustache.
Vistani complexion. Like their skin color is darker. And they all seem to have jet black hair. And he does have this darker hair, but his skin tone is much fairer than your average Vistani. I'm not saying he could be, but he doesn't look ethnically speaking.
Well, you guys can all mourn your losses in your own ways, but I'd like to go have some civilized conversation with some compatriots. And I'm gonna
I'd
pick
like
up.
some beef stew.
I'm gonna like go over to the corner and try to catch the end of this story he's telling.
As soon as
You
he
walk
leaves,
over, he's
as soon as he leaves, I just
Hold
want
on.
to grab a stew and just start knomping on it.
the stew has not been brought to you guys.
Never mind.
What do you
There's an
not
empty bowl
understand
by-
about the
There's
goddamn
an empty
stew?
hearth, and there's an empty bowl by Ishmark. And Freak has one that's mostly full. He did eat an entire bag of sugar less than 24 hours ago, so he's probably not feeling too great in his tummy area. And Myrtle and Irina both have like half to a quarter full bowls.
I will take it or freaks because
You can just take his bowl.
I'm
He's
slap.
not
I'm
gonna eat
slap
it.
his hand. Don't take that. That's freaks. You ask first.
freak, you're probably still very full from last night, right?
Yes.
You gonna eat that?
I suppose not.
Snag it.
As soon as you take the bowl, he looks over to you, Azure. Mister, I'm kind of hungry.
You can have some of mine when my beef stew gets here.
Thank you.
See, you could learn a lot from this kid, Gorwell. At least he's polite.
On the scrape the last bit of mud from his weapon using his boot knife, slides the knife back into his boot, and takes his weapon off the table, which is incredibly rude to have it there in the first place. So, what did you guys find? Anything significant, important?
Well, there were vampires in town.
What? Strahd was here?
No, not Strahd.
Spawn of
Minion.
Strahd. 6.
Yes, I killed one, but the others got away.
Luck is not as safe as we thought it was. I worry
No.
that Krezik may not be either. What do we do then?
Well, the coffin maker is where they were all hiding out at, and they had they escaped with the church's bones.
I only hope they return so I can kill them myself. He puts his hand on the hilt of his sword. With that, we cut over to Undar. There I was, Troll's throat in one hand, goblin in the other, shoved the goblin down the troll's throat, gave him a solid right hook to finish him off, shoved him down the hill, and emerged triumphant. Thank you. And people sort of like give him a nice story. It was totally bullshit, but nice story. Thank you all. And his hat begins to slip from his head as he bows, and he catches it. He looks over at you, Undar. So, I haven't seen you yet tonight. You must be out of town. You look, foreign, to say the least.
That's
He
what
gets
they
his
tell me.
mustache a little twirl.
So, are you from Riktavo's Traveling Wonders, or are you Vistani, or both?
I am Riktavo himself. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure's all mine. Are
Shakes
you
your hand.
related in any way to the Vistani? They seem to have a very similar sense of showmanship.
No, I'm afraid I'm not from around here.
Where is your
Yeah.
Traveling Wonders originally located?
A fairly large city. It's known as Baldur's Gate. Have you heard?
I don't know if I have.
You have. It's like, you ever heard of
have.
Chicago?
Yes, not a very friendly place, Baldur's Gate.
No, not particularly.
Suffice it to say, neither is this, so...
No kidding. Real tough crowd out here. One of the patrons like, oh, fuck off.
Exactly.
So where you from, son? I say son. Look like you're probably a great deal older than I am. Where you from,
no.
sir?
I'm only a kid still. I'm only 50.
It's your place of origin?
Not from around here. Barovia, that is. We got offered into coming here and helping rid the lands of a threat. I think you can guess what we mean.
Oh, you must mean, he leans over real close. You must mean old Crazy Barry down the street. I heard he's been real troublesome.
Is there a Crazy Bear? What? I don't think we were
Crazy Barry?
assigned to Crazy Barry. No.
Oh, no, he's a lunatic that lives, I say lives loosely, he's a homeless man. He lives between two houses down the street over there, and he's got a knack for, we'll say, being not so friendly towards the opposite sex.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, he's a real codger. Anyway, not to dwell on the negative, can I buy you a drink, sir?
A water, please.
You're kidding me, right?
No.
Blast, I don't really care. I'll be right back with that then. You know, he walks up to the bar.
As will I, and I go over back to the table. Is the stew here yet?
Just as you say this, two young boys, not much older than freaking Myrtle, you would presume, walk over with trays covered in bowls of stew and loaves of Texas Roadhouse style rolls, and they put them on the table.
All right.
Thank you, young men.
Okay, so these boys.
Boy.
I know you're Catholic. They're not altar boys.
No, shut up. Do they look like they're bigger than Freak, or like roughly around the same size? Like if they were to fight, who would win?
Let's start kid fights.
Start a back ring, children.
They're it's like when you were in middle school, and there was like that one kid who played football, and he was like, just,
Tom.
When you're in middle school, like you're not super good at sports, but this one kid is like physically athletic enough to where like he's still good at sports without really working towards it. These kids don't work out, obviously. They're like 10, but like they're more athletic than your average 10-year-old. That's sort of these kids.
Okay, so Freak would lose. Never mind. All
Yeah,
right.
they'd probably kick his ass if they had.
I was gonna say if there was like contention, then I was gonna start a group conversation about who would win a fight. But like whatever.
Dude, Freak would be like, ow, ow, stop hurting me. Oh shit, you broke my arm. Like, he'd just fucking sit there.
And then he's a sociopath, so we'd stab him.
Yeah, Freak's more of the plan their murder to make it look like a suicide and less of a street fight kind of guy.
What do you have there? A knife? No.
I'm gonna lean on the table and go, any of you boys feeling up for a bit of, well, I'm sure there won't be a fight, but an intimidation?
What?
Who are we
Neither.
intimidating?
A homeless man who's being rather strange. I feel like we should try to talk him some sense into him.
As soon as Undar comes over, I'm going to finish off my bowl and then reach for a new one. And I don't know how many rolls there are, but I take it there's enough where I can grab 2, and we'll grab 2 rolls as well.
There's 2 rolls for every 1 bowl.
Gotcha.
I got my bowl and 2 rolls.
All right, so I'll count you guys out.
I didn't say I wouldn't do it.
You
I
want us
wanna
to
eat
go
first.
right? I'll go with you, Undar. And I'm gonna hand Freak my bowl of beef stew and my 2 bun. Well, I'm gonna give Freak one of my buns and then keep one.
I'm
Thank you,
gonna
mister.
go with, but I'm bringing my stew and buns with me.
I'm gonna
What,
grab
can
my
we
bun.
not stay and eat first?
We'll be back, just don't worry.
I'm
Bjorn,
going-
I was hoping you'd come with me. Besides myself, I feel like you're the most physically imposing. Well, that is
You look
until
over at Sigmunder, who's shirtless and jacked.
Sigmunder gets in that weird battle focus. Pounces
Oh, I forgot
chest.
about my shirt. Before manners. I put my shirt back on.
Oh, how nice. You get your rest, buddy. You make sure to eat. I figured
Around
since
this
he killed the
time-
vampire, he gets a little bit of a break, but
I have a
Around this
half
time,
health.
Rick Tavo walks over with a glass of water and a tankard of wine, one in each hand, and he goes over to you, Undar. Ah, this must be your friends. Or family, perhaps? He holds out the glass of water.
I'm taking mine to go, unfortunately. I'll be back soon.
Well, I'll miss you, sir. And he takes a long draught of wine.
I walk out of the inn with a glass of water in my hand, which I don't think is allowed, but I just
Just chill.
sort of walk out.
No one
Don't
stops
leave
you.
without me. Then we'll shove my rolls in my back pockets and then grab my bowl and hustle out.
You
Wow,
guys,
like,
you all stagger out,
Fine.
still visibly wounded from your encounter with the vampires. You all walk
Shit,
outside.
my chest hole
Oh,
is
is-
bleeding.
I quickly
You look
eat like
down. There's like a cannonball-sized hole that goes in through and out the back of your. What is that? Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
good night's
You
rest.
walk
you do.
outside, and at this point, it's probably about sunset-ish. As earlier it was just like becoming later evening. Now the sun is actually physically beginning to set. And as soon as you step outside and you look across the street, knowing where to look, you do see a dirty old man in really dirty clothes with a long beard. He's very, I can't remember his name. The crazy guy from Gravity Falls.
Old man McGucket.
Like, yeah, he looks like old man
McGucket.
McGucket. Except this guy's not secretly a genius whose memory has been fucked with. Anyway,
Yeah.
spoilers for
Boys.
Gravity Falls.
That is Crazy Barry.
Before
oh no,
we
old show.
approach this guy, I'm gonna lean over to Undar and go, "What's this guy's deal?"
Apparently, he's a crazy old man. Sort of harasses people who he sees.
Are we trying to scare him off then?
I'll try to talk some sense into him, but if that doesn't go well, then that's where you step in. You're a lot scarier than I am. The tattoos and the...
Yes, I understand.
All right, I just... rather frightening sometimes. Anyways, there he is. Let's see if we can reason with them. I'm going to pull out my rolls that I saved, and I'm going to walk over there.
You approach this dirty old man sitting on the. I say old. He's like kind of old, 40s-ish, old for a human, young for you guys. But very unkempt. He's sitting in the mud.
Hello,
As you get
son.
closer, he looks up at you guys.
Are you Barry?
Yeah, I'm Barry. Oh, what's it to you?
Well, Barry, could I interest you in some fine refreshments?
I like that, thank you.
I'm gonna peel off a roll and put it in his hand. And I'm gonna like sit down cross-legged and put the glass in front of me.
He scarfs it down with no remorse, no sense of propriety.
Do you know who Rictavo is? He's got a fancy
The
hat.
old storyteller folk. I think, right?
Yes.
Heard of
Frankly,
it.
Barry, he's said a couple of damning allegations against you, and I just wanted to make sure that you weren't being rude to the fine people of Valaki.
Listen, you aren't the first to come up with such allegations. I don't like talking to folks, so if y'all just leave me alone now, please. I appreciate the food. And he sort of like gets up to leave.
Well, and I stand up as well. Well, Barry, we just want to make sure you don't bother anyone. All right?
Not bothering nobody. Leave me alone.
What about these allegations against you, of your perceived rudeness? Would you say that that is intentional, or?
Listen, please leave me alone. And you notice his hand sort of like drift towards his hip.
I assure you that's not necessary.
Y'all will be leaving me alone now.
All right. I don't want to have to be speaking to you again, young man.
Sort of wanders off, muttering
May
to himself.
Odin bless you.
Crazy old short. I'll show
You just
him.
call me a midget?
Rude.
All right, see? Look at us. Job well done. We helped the community, right?
I
Well
don't
done,
know.
Undar. Well done. Sure showed him.
I mean, now he knows that a bunch of crazy dwarves will be on him if he doesn't act up, or if he acts up again.
He looks spooked.
Exactly.
He looks
Wait.
perturbed.
Bjorn, you weren't being sarcastic when you said, well done?
No, of course not, Undar.
Are you being sarcastic now?
I don't know. Maybe a little.
I'm just going to glance over at Bjorn. By just trying to like read his expression, trying to tell if he's lying or not, or being sarcastic or
I'm
not.
fucking with Undar.
Damn it. I hate that. But I have too good of a heart to try to insight check you. I'm just like, oh,
Hey,
all right.
do you,
Thank you.
I mean, he just told you. Do you
Yeah,
still wanna make
I was
an
going for
insight
the
check?
insight check, but like,
I was going to, and then Tom was like, "Yeah, I'm fucking." Like,
Well,
is it necessary?
thank you,
I
Bjorn.
sort of like assume that Undar in his
hippie state.
he somehow simultaneously wise beyond his years and unbearably naive. Like he's both.
It's really true.
Because like he's worldly, but also he sees the best where he really shouldn't. And so he thinks of his brother as like, oh, he's my little brother. He looks up to me. I get along with him very well. He would never be rude to me for any reason. Gorwell, you know Yorn well enough to know he's giving my brother shit.
All right. It's stew time.
Still eating mine.
You know,
Finish mine.
if he wasn't scared, it was because you guys wouldn't even put down your stew and look like proper muscle.
You didn't even give me my turn.
Well,
You
he
guys,
walked away.
you walk towards the building under the lofted section through the front doors yet again. And just as you're leaving, Rictavo holding a cloth that appears to be covering some sort of food. He's leaving the building. Oh, yep. Sorry. He walks out the door.
One moment, Rick Chavo. I don't know if you boys want to stick around, but I'm gonna see if I can get some help. Make our travel a little easier.
I'm curious.
Rick Chavo, I couldn't help but see that cart you had rolling into town.
Yeah, I've got it parked on the outskirts. Why, is there a problem? Do I need to move it?
No, we just have been walking around on foot a whole lot, and we're wondering. Well, I was wondering if we could maybe hitch a ride.
Oh, I'm afraid I'm staying in Valaki for a time being.
It's unfortunate. And where to next after that?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, why are you staying in Valaki? Is there something important, or?
I mean, not particularly.
Perhaps some gold pieces would be willing to persuade you to take an early exiture to Krezk.
Oh no, I've ventured into Krizik already. They're not a huge fan of me there. We'll leave it at
Well, that's a shame.
that. My endearing personality and sense of suavity. Well, if you're headed that way, you'll see.
Right. They're, what, the serious people?
To say the least. Anyway, I've really got to go. And he holds up this wrapped food and places to be.
I was hoping we could get a ride somewhere. Wouldn't have to walk around. We'd have a little bit of cover at night. Things like that.
Terribly sorry. Although, I'd love to keep talking to you guys. Once I get back, I'll be back shortly.
Where are you going?
I've got to bring this food to a friend of mine.
Is Asia still here?
Yeah, Azir's watching. I like to think he's like standing just in between Undar's legs, just kind of like looking up, gauging what's going on.
You're not that much shorter than we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, I know, but I still like to think. I like
He's
like it just.
bending down to specifically look through my legs. On the ground, just.
Okay.
Who is this friend of yours? I
Oh,
figured you were alone.
the destitute tour maker. He set up shop here in town. I say set up shop. He lives here.
Well, we took We took care of Barry. He seemed to have moved, but I don't know if he's truly learned his lesson. Let me know if he does anything else that's out of hand.
Will do, friend. And you're sure when I get back about me buying you a real drink?
What? And I look back at my brothers and go, water's fine.
Can I interest any of you guys?
I mean, if you're
buying.
paying.
Wonderful. Drinks on me as soon as I can. And with that, I bid thee adieu. And he bows again too deep, and his hat starts to slip, and he lights it. Well, I'll be seeing you.
As
Right.
soon as he like turns around and kind of gets that earshot, I want to like turn toward Azir. You don't mind following him, do you? I just don't really trust him that much.
Well, I don't trust you with sitting next to my stew.
Go well, are you stealing stew again?
He stole freaks.
Frick! You saw his digestive issues. He threw up all over the floor earlier. Let him have some.
Well,
By
I
the way-
figured he wasn't hungry.
He's
Did
eating
you
mine.
ask?
Like,
Yes, and he said I can have it.
Oh. Well,
sort
then-
of.
I said,
You
"Are you
coerced
hungry?"
him
And he said,
into it.
"Not really." And so I took it, and then he asked Azir for more food.
Look, it's just safe to assume that with that kid, don't assume anything.
Just make sure he doesn't eat any more of my stew, and I'm gonna sneak off after Rictavo.
I just don't want him to be worried. Never mind. Asia, don't technically condone this, but do what you wish.
Roll a stealth check.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky boy. 13.
Actually, I think I saw it somewhere in my book. Flip open my spellbook, kind of flip through a few pages. Oh yes, there's this random footnote that says something about his stealth is about a 19. Didn't make sense at the time, but
Oh,
What does
Well,
that even
Are you
mean?
using your
For
portent
portent.
ability?
yeah.
Okay.
A 19? What are you rating it out of what? 20?
So with
I don't
modifiers,
know.
what's that, Azure?
19 plus 6. That'll be a 25.
25. All right, that makes a difference. As you sort of make off in Glorwell, you having glimpsed into the future briefly, or not having glimpsed, but you occasionally get these brief flashes of what is to come. And as he walks off, you get it feels almost like deja vu, except it's slightly different. As you remember a reality in which Azir, as soon as he made off, Rictavo turned and shouted at him, "Hey, what are you doing here? Why are you following me?" But it's not what happens. As this possible future is averted, as Azir slinks off and he seems to disappear almost into the late evening.
Did anyone else just get a weird feeling?
Taking
Like a
my
little,
soup
shiver?
inside.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm gonna go back into the
Stew! And I walk
or
inside.
the inn bar.
You guys go in. Azir, you see Rictavo, he's literally walking and whistling. And he walks around to the back of the Blue Water Inn, where there are stables, and he suddenly just stops whistling. Sort of looks around, making sure he's not being tailed, but he appears to be unaware of your presence. He goes into the stable.
I'm gonna cast my invisible mage hand because I'm gonna need that.
Okay, and you see for a second a small spectral skeletal hand before it disappears from existence, but you know it's there.
All right. So he went through the door, right?
Yeah, it's like a sliding wooden door to the stable. He opens it up.
Does he
walks in.
leave it or does he slide it back shut?
He closes it fairly hard, and so it is now ajar. You'd have to open it more to get in, but you can. It is slightly open.
Can I open it just enough that I can squeeze through?
Using your mage hand or you?
Using the mage hand, and if I can't, then I'll just do it me.
Okay. If you do it with the mage hand, I'll have you roll a sleight of hand check using intelligence instead of dexterity because you're using a spell.
Okay. What is it with the sevens tonight, boys? All right. That's a 12.
All right. As he walks in, he doesn't appear to notice the door opens. Or apparently of its own accord. You go in?
Yes.
All right.
Sneak
I will have
in.
you roll yet another stealth check.
Dirty 20.
Okay. As you approach the door, and there are 4 stalls, and then a loft up above. He walks over to one of the stalls, and he opens the stall up, closes it. You see that is your opportunity to slink your way in, and you hop over the into one of the other stalls where you're now hidden, and you watch him. And you see as he removes the cloth, hangs it over the stall, and he approaches a horse, and the horse like sort of gets uncomfortable for a moment before he looks around, making sure nobody is there. Not seeing you, he removes that hat, and as he does so, his form totally changes. His once colorful garb disappearing into a more utilitarian but just a rather fine, like tailored suit-esque thing, and you can tell he's wearing armor underneath it. And he now appears to be a human old man with a white goatee, and he's balding with thin white hair and a pair of spectacles on his face. See, what? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And he's like calming the horse, and he from underneath that cloth, there's a plate with what appears to be a steak and 2 apples. And he takes one of the apples, and the horse.
I thought he was about to feed this horse a steak, and I was going to get a lot more concerned a lot quicker.
No. He starts patting the horse's neck. It's okay. It's okay. He sits there just like calming the horse and like stroking it behind the ears. I don't know what you do with horses, but like stroking his neck, because that's what you do in Red Dead. And he feeds it the second apple before turning around to make sure nobody's there again. Grabs that hat, and as soon as he puts it on, his form instantly back to the Rictavo that you once knew.
Okay.
Takes the cloth, puts it over the steak again, makes his way out of the stables.
He has taken the hat off before, and he's stayed in that form, correct? Like to
No,
do the.
you have not seen him without the hat. Anytime he bowed, it would start to slip off, and he would panic and be like, "Oop!" and catch it to make sure it stays on his head.
Oh.
Okay, I thought he did a flourish with the hat. Okay.
No.
Cool. As soon as he exits, that's when I'm gonna get out and.
All right? Are you going to keep following it?
No, I'm gonna head back to the inn after that. Well, I suppose if he's going back to the inn, but if he's not,
He is not.
then I'll continue to follow him.
All right. Make another stealth check as you try to stay hidden. I know there's a lot of stealth checks, but like each one is a different stealthy move, so I'm having you reroll. I hope that's okay.
That's totally chill. I get it. It's a natural 1, but.
Oh, you're a halfling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's a 21.
What is 21?
Halflings, man, they're fucking crazy.
21, you said?
Yeah, 21.
Okay. Start walking down the street. You're stealthing. You know how it be. He seems very cautious, and he keeps looking over his shoulders. And at one point, he, as you see him start to turn, you go to dart behind one of the buildings that line the streets. But he catches just a glimpse of you, and he, something wrong? Hello there?
Not gonna say anything. Just
He goes up to the building that you are hiding behind. He turns the corner to see you sitting there. Not following me, are you?
no. Why would I follow
Okay.
you? Make a deception check. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Um, 15.
Pretty sure you were following me.
I don't think you can prove that. And
Listen,
also,
is there something wrong? whatever it is, I'm sure we can talk it out. How long have you been following me? Just so we're on the same page.
Well, we're not on the same page, see, because I haven't been following you. And, I mean, no offense, pal, but are you really worth following?
I wouldn't think so, and yet here we are, with you following.
Right, but I'm obviously not following you. I'm walking around, taking out for a stroll. Is there anything wrong with that? And I'm gonna like
Listen, if you don't stop
careen
following me,
around him and continue along the building, the track, the way he was going. But I'm gonna go there, just slip out of this conversation because I was caught.
listen, if it happens again, I'll be calling the town guards and we'll have trouble. Understand?
Sounds good. And I'm gonna continue walking.
I didn't do anything wrong. Even though
Exactly.
I totally did.
Act like you're supposed to be there. And after a while, I'm gonna make a left turn and double back to the inn.
Okay. Are you done attempting to follow him now?
Yes.
Okay.
You had to like think first. I appreciate that.
You return to the inn, where you meet your brothers. Ishmark has gone from cleaning his crossbow to sharpening his sword at the dinner table. He's got like one knee on the chair that he was using. He's got his blade propped up, and he's with the whetstone.
Oh, Ishmar, could you please have some manners? We're at the dinner table.
Right. Because I'm sure Strahd will wait until we're done eating. So I don't need to be ready for a fight now do I?
Okay, but
And
when
Irina sort of shoots a look at him, and I'm sure we'll be all right. Put the sword away. You're embarrassing the both of us.
Fine, but when we eat a meal with Strahd and he gets mad because you don't have any manners, I don't want to hear it from you.
We'll do no such thing. If I'm ever at a
Then-
dinner table with Strahd, it'll be his head on my plate.
You're going to eat his
Gonna
head.
eat his
I
head?
don't plan on eating him.
Then why would you have it on a... Oh, Asia,
And
hi.
Irina just sort of, I can't believe this is my brother.
When we all walked in to go sit back down, I would like to sit down at Asier's place with his bowl there and make it seem like that's my spot and I had a bowl here the entire time.
You bastard.
No, well, get out of Ada's spot.
You eat Asier's stew. Sigmander, would you like to call him on his bullshit?
Yeah, I didn't go up to talk to harass the host thing with them. I hear it all the time.
Oh shit, that's a good point.
I think this is where I was sitting.
No, you're sitting right
I was
there.
here. Freak was there. You said over.
Orwell,
Yeah,
roll a
this
deception
was
check. No,
definitely
yeah,
my
roll
spot.
the deception check.
Oh shit, that's not deception. That's a 14.
Sigmander, you can decide whether or not that's convincing. I don't know about like insight, because you sort of know, but like
You took your vote with you, Gorwell.
And
can
where's
lie
your
if
you
you
did.
want.
You did walk in. You walked in, set the empty bowl down on the table, and began eating Asier's stew.
I'm going to take Ada's stew from him.
That was my stew from Freak. This one here was mine.
Freak looks over and he points to another empty bowl. No, that one was mine.
These figures are here all the time, too. So how is harassing the homeless man?
We didn't harass a homeless man, all right?
We
We
kind of
should've.
harassed
We
the
didn't.
homeless
Undar
man.
I didn't harass it. He was harassing people, and that's why I asked him to stop. I gave him a roll. It wasn't harassment. Not that
was
that's
sitting in the mud.
justification for harassment regular. I didn't harass
Asier,
anybody.
you walk in.
Oh, Asia, we were just having a discussion on what is and what is not harassment. Speaking of, how did you do harassing Rictavo?
Excellent. And with that, my mage hand, I'm going to scoop up my bowl from Gorwell, and I'm gonna bring it over to me.
So, did you find any damning evidence against the man with the mustache?
Yes. When he takes off his hat, he becomes a different person.
Who does he become?
A creepy bald guy.
That's much worse than the other one.
What? No. His hat came off when he bowed.
Well,
Did it come all the way off?
I don't think it came all the way off.
Nope. He
Good
keeps
job,
it on
Rick.
when he
You're
bows,
right.
Ball.
specifically. Trust me,
Sorry,
when he comes back
slipping,
in,
caught
I'm
it.
going to steal his hat and prove it to you.
No,
Well,
no,
maybe
hey.
he doesn't like the way he looks, and he's
He wasn't-
embarrassed.
Maybe he wasn't trying to deceive us. What if you were a bald old man? You know, some people get toupees. He decided to have a whole disguise. What was he doing when he ditched his disguise that was so incriminating?
He was feeding a horse.
He didn't ruin his hat for
Asia,
that.
perhaps you're reading too far into this.
Look, man,
One
if you
guy
have to
told you
disguise
that.
yourself, that means you have something to hide.
It also
Undar?
could be funny.
Someone told you that this old man sometimes, or one person told you this old man sometimes harasses people. Someone who claimed you from out of town. And then you went to harass this old man.
I did not harass him. I simply asked him to stop doing it if he did do it, which he was extremely defensive about, which is not a sign of guilt, but it certainly shows that maybe we knew a lot more information than he hoped for us to know. And if I'm wrong, then I will certainly apologize and he can have my other role. But until then,
Why did you trust and take orders from someone that's out of town?
I didn't take
Fun.
orders from somebody. I simply tried to solve a problem. You people didn't have to go with me. Why am I being attacked right now? Asia
Good
harassed
fun.
someone from out of town as well. All right.
I just
Yes,
followed
we're all
them.
terrible people.
Like,
Here's a more accurate. Here's what I think happened. A poor, balding, ugly man decides he can no longer go
I
outside.
never said he was ugly.
Asia
yes,
told me
but
he
I
was.
did.
A poor, balding, ugly, disgusting elephant man. I meant like the elephant man, like not an elephant man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He decides that he can no longer face the world in his current appearance, and instead of buying a toupee, he simply disguises himself with low-level magic. It's a very common thing, I feel like. I don't know.
I don't know.
If I could cast spells like that, maybe I'd make myself an illusory disguise as well. Maybe cover up some blemishes or have a nice beard shave. I don't know. Try some things out, you know?
A shave.
Your
Disguising yourself.
Your eldest brother, who is already sort of like, as far as tradition concerned, fairly rocky, just suggested that a dwarf shave his beard.
Nah.
I was just merely suggesting the idea. I love my beard. It's lovely, I think.
Undar, are you finished with the roll that you were eating, or are you still like?
I have 2 bites left. It's about halfway done.
I would like to steal his roll after he suggests shaving his beard.
I'm just gonna be like gesturing with it in my hands.
With the mage hand.
And Azir, you just like tap your nose twice, like Santa does in the Miracle on 24th Street or whatever it's called. He taps his nose and the bread roll just flies into his hand, and
So
you
think about that.
me.
Okay.
Asia.
But when you're talking about shaving beards, you know it's not. I couldn't grow one. I'm sorry. I go to my balding or my
Perhaps
bald chin.
perhaps you were, sick of looking not
Ugly.
normal, and maybe you put on a
Disgusting.
All right,
It's
Undar. I think we understand your point.
Okay, good. You get it.
I'm gonna go over to Freak. Freak, did you get enough to eat?
All right. Well,
Yes, no, maybe so. Are you still hungry?
Yes.
Are you just
Freak,
always hungry?
I haven't even touched my stew yet.
Oh, I'll take that.
No.
Yeah, no, it's for the kid, not
He's
you.
a growing boy. Go well.
And
go
I'm
Thank
not.
you, mister.
You're done growing up and just growing out.
Freak,
I'm
do you
still
need any?
growing then.
What? Freak, do you need any water? I have this glass as well. It's only been drank by me and a homeless man. Perfect. Oh, he's a thirsty
So
boy.
slow down. You're gonna make yourself sick.
Don't throw up again.
He's eating, especially for someone who just puked, entirely too fast.
You're supposed to sip the water. It's supposed to ease you.
All right, I'm gonna hold his hand and slow him down.
And he goes to bite at you as you grab his arm.
No, stop it.
Myrtle looks at you and Freak doesn't do much, but he likes food. And then she
Right.
goes back to playing.
I
with
kind of
Irina.
like this kid.
Yeah, you like him
After
until
you
he
stole his
throws up.
food, you dick.
Poor growing boy. All right. Here's our plan for when Rictavo comes back. We simply say, we heard a thing or two about you disguising yourself, and we're curious as to what your intentions are.
Yeah, it's not like Adrian's
Or-
caught.
I steal his hat, and then it comes up naturally. and he
No.
doesn't
That's too.
Wait a minute.
That
Azure,
could be worth it.
did he see you?
Yes.
You might
He
not want
caught.
to sit at
I
this
was
table
following him out of the stables. Well, I told him I wasn't when he caught me, but he caught me.
You lied to him. You had the audacity to follow him and then lie to him?
Yeah, I wasn't just gonna tell the truth.
Sigmunder.
Hey, man, I was totally following you.
Sigmunder, shame him like you shamed me, and I'm gonna start scooping stuff out of Freak's stew as well. Like we're gonna go halvesies on the stew. I'm gonna wait.
He looks up. He looks at you like half snarling, and he realizes, oh, I mean, it is your stew, and he keeps eating.
I take my
Thank you.
spoon and reach over to try and get one spoonful.
Slap.
Yeah.
These are like sizable bowls of stew, so like you and a little kid could both reasonably eat your fill.
As I
After not too long, you notice the very colorful Rictavo walks back in, now with an empty plate and a cloth in his other hand. The plate has like blood residue, not like a way that would make you uncomfortable. It was a steak.
He bludgeoned someone to death with a plate.
No, there's like a brownish reddish residue left.
Mm.
Walks over and he sets it back on the bar. And then he says a few words that you can't make out to the barkeep, and then he goes to head upstairs.
Rictavo, do you mind?
Oh yes, my friends. I totally forgot. I owe you all around. Who all wanted a drink?
I'll have one.
Mark looks up. He's like, he looks up from his sword and whetstone. Fine. Double. I suppose why not? More the merrier. And you, young lady? And she looks over from Myrtle and she says, I'm good.
Is there like a menu board or something like that I can like see or like a little drink card to see?
They said
like,
they
what
had wine
have for
last
drinks?
time. Wine and water.
There are
That's it.
wine casks. The casks are marked Purple Grape Mash number 9 and Red Dragon Crush.
Whoa, that sounds awesome.
Grab me a Red Dragon Crush.
I mean, vying for all of you. Requesting the good stuff is a little.
The little bold
Rude.
Gorwell.
Yeah.
I didn't know it
But
was
I like it.
good
I'll be-
stuff.
I'll-
Speaking of
I'll
being
buy
a
anything.
little rude, Rictavo, we have a bit of a question for you.
Oh, does it have to do with the fact that the little one, I said little one, you know what I mean, was
Mhm.
following me earlier?
Yes, it does actually.
Well, I'll buy a round, we'll sit and drink as friends, then we'll get to business. Sound all right?
Perfect. Another glass of water, please. Mine got drank.
And he turns to the barkeep. Erlen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 wines and a glass of water, please. Thank you. And Erwin sort of, right, coming up, and he fills everything. And one of those kids comes with a tray with all the glasses and tankards, and he puts them down. Walks.
As I get my drink, I'm gonna look over at Undar. Undar, How long are you going to remain sober?
Sober? No, no, I remember I drank mead when we had that feast at our house before this whole thing happened.
Roll a deception check.
My fucking dice.
Rolling checks against each other. It's something kind of new.
Gorwell, roll insight or history. Since you were there, you can call this bullshit or call this bullshit.
Okay.
11.
I got 17.
You distinctly remember because you took note of it. Why am I not getting water? At a dwarven feast, really?
Actually, I clearly remember you asking for a cup of water.
I'm just trying to watch my figure is all. It's a lot better for your body than wine, you know. Wine has the antioxidants, of course, but you know, water is the body's main
Mead
fuel.
specifically is full of gluten and is fairly fattening. Beer gut is a real thing.
Exactly.
Okay, but just one every once in a while is not going to kill you.
Oh, all right. Maybe when we get to Krezik, we'll have a celebratory glass.
We know one degree that you know.
What?
That was too fast.
We can hold you to that you know.
I'm not. There's nothing to hold. I'm not sobering. That's not. I'm like you guys. I'm a dwarf. Just like you think I would intentionally stray from alcohol.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course not. You obviously don't know me enough. I'm ashamed, honestly, that all you people would assume such things about me. I've been gone for a couple of years, and you all think you know me.
Well, if that's the case, when we reach Krezik, we drink till we pass out.
Oh, right. Perfect.
Grab my wine.
Fun being the last
Undar,
one.
you cringe to yourself at the debauchery that may ensue if you break your fast. And you sip your water like the salty virgin that you are.
Yeah, it really is.
I go double-handed, like just real bitchy, just.
Yeah. Rictavo. There's not any hostility between you, is there? I don't mean to intrude on family drama, but being a storyteller, I find this all very enthralling.
No, it's mostly just jokes.
Yeah, we're very, very close still, right, guys? We
You
are so
look
close.
to your brothers that until a few days ago you had not seen in years.
Yeah, I mean, I was out of the house for a while, but Yorn stuck around for a bit, and he took care of him where I left off, and me and Yorn we're practically twins, right?
Yorn, you think back to the day that your brother left. It was a hard day for all of you, but you in particular, having lost not only your older brother, but also your best friend. Now you understand why it happened. It still hurts.
Right, Yorn?
Yeah.
And now he's returned gay and liberal.
I'm not gay.
Fucking filthy hippie.
I'm not a hippie.
Not gay,
I'm just not
just
a
sober,
monster.
which for a dwarf, arguably worse. You know what? Not even remotely arguably. So much worse.
Father, I'm gay. All right. Father, I took a vow I will never drink again. Get the
You
fuck out of my house.
Father, I like men. I mean, I don't blame you. So does your mom.
Listen, yes, we're all brothers and we tell each other everything. And speaking of, Azure mentioned to us that he saw you.
Oh, this again.
It's
All right.
just a curious case.
What are these accusations?
Azure, could you explain what you saw?
Oh my god.
I saw him go into the stables. to presumably feed his horse.
And he's sitting there, he's got that, like, general look about him. As soon as you mention the stables, he, like, freezes. And there's a wide, like, worried look in his eye.
And
Stables, you said.
yep.
Saw me feed my horse?
Well, I assume you did.
Okay. Well, I suppose I have some explaining to do. And he reaches up, and he's not wearing glasses, but he grabs a pair of spectacles from his face. And as soon as, like, his hand leaves his face area, there are suddenly spectacles in his hand. You're like, where the fuck did those come from? He wipes them on his shirt, puts it back on, where they disappear yet again. And his voice noticeably changes as you hear. Right, I suppose I have a fair bit of explaining to do. First, I have questions for you all. If you'll meet me up in my room in 10 to 20 minutes, we can discuss things. Sound good?
I hate to be a burden, but why not discuss things here? Right,
He
over
looks
drinks.
around
Like you
at
said.
all of the other patrons. I don't know what you saw made it obvious, but I do require a certain degree of discretion. This is far too public for me. Like I said, up in my room, we will discuss things there.
Do you have a room?
I do.
Yeah, I thought we sold them out.
I have a long-term private room here at Blue Water. I'm friends with the barkeep. Anyway, see you then. Cheerio, chaps. And he stands up, makes his way to the stairs, and
You see, Asia, this is what we get when we talk about things instead of sneaking up on people.
Yeah, we're gonna be lured into his room and we're all gonna get killed.
No, we'll be on
Who
the
wants to
lookout.
put money on it?
Touched.
Who wants to put money on it?
We're not going to die, Asia.
I reach in my pocket and pull out 2 gold, set it on the table.
Oh, well, don't encourage that behavior.
I mean,
all right. So, Asher, if you all die, you owe Gorwell his 2 gold back in addition to an additional 2 gold.
Cool. I have 0 gold, so
Well, you better die.
We're gonna die. Because if we don't die, then Gorwell owes 2 gold. No
If
gold.
you do die, then Asher keeps Gorwell's 2 gold. If you don't die, then Asher owes Gorwell money.
so right
I'll
now
just give
Asia
him
has,
my stew. It'll
Look,
be fine.
This is not. We need to stop assuming the worst of people and maybe look on the bright side every once in a while. I swear, I left the house a couple of years ago. I come back and you've all turned so cynical.
I look outside when it's dark.
No,
Even
no.
during the daytime.
No, I'm not talking about that, Sigmundur. You know I'm not talking about that. I mean, with all of you. Even at the reunion, you were all so distant and sad and...
I don't know, that was pretty jovial.
I suppose, but I don't know. Things have felt off lately with you guys. Some of you more than others.
This is the first time we've been traveling together since a long time.
I guess I thought that it was going to be like it used to be, you know, when we'd go out in the yard and beat the shit out of each other with sticks.
Ah, yes. The good old days.
Yeah, now you won't even pick up a stick. You'd rather talk about it.
No, he does use
Oh.
a big stick.
And I'm gonna pack up my stuff and I'm gonna go upstairs.
as the stick days were fun, I don't think that's necessary. I haven't touched a stick or worked out in. How long have I
Once-
not seen you in?
It's been a long day since you touched your stick.
When Asia goes upstairs, I'm going to be like, it's not that I don't, I mean, how ridiculous am I, right? I'm not, I'm not, what do you guys think? I'm not willing to fight? I fought.
As a last resort.
Well, I try not to rush into violence. I try to talk about things first. Is that seen as a bad thing now?
How very dwarfish of you.
I'll have you know that our father did not get to the place where he was, murdering everything. The Alistairs are warriors, yes, but we're diplomats as well. We're not savages. We're not orcs. We discuss
Well, are we going to
things.
reason with all these monsters?
Not every monster can be reasoned with, but some monsters may not be monsters. It might just be a misunderstanding.
Strahd's probably a misunderstanding then, yeah.
No, it's not. And I look over at Irina to assure that, like, I don't think Strahd's a misunderstanding. No, I've talked about this before.
She has not been paying much attention to you guys, but as soon as the name Strahd was said at the table, she like froze up and like she's still like playing with Myrtle, but she's like she seems like half interested about it, as if her mind is suddenly elsewhere.
That is not a misunderstanding. He deserves whatever will come to him, and when that time comes, I will use whatever force is necessary. But with, whether it be aggressive homeless men or even wolves, I think that sometimes we could stand to earn a bit if we just reason with them first.
Ishmark stands and he says, "Right, this is all well and good, but I'm tired and I'm retired. See you all in the morning. Have fun dealing with your storyteller."
Right, the storyteller.
Right, we have things at hand.
Right. Be careful. If Irina doesn't return for a while, trust all of you to watch her carefully.
Right, of course. Does anyone want to
Thank you.
stay here while we go talk to Rictavo, or Irina, do you want to come with? I recommend you stay here with the children.
Actually, I was going to, as soon as you guys left, I was going to head upstairs to the room as well.
All right, good. As long as you're not just out in the open, we got to keep you safe.
I can watch myself, thank you. But, yes, you're right. In fact, I'll just go now. Myrtle, are you ready to? And Myrtle's like, and so Irina picks up Myrtle and carries her out the front door and up the stairs on the outside to the rooms that you guys were assigned.
I'm going to start to leave as well, but before I do, I turn around and go. Whether or not I hit things does not determine what I'd give to protect all of you. At the end of the day, you're what matters most, and I will do anything it takes to protect you. I go upstairs.
All right, you go up the stairs that are inside. You go up onto a loft that looks down into the bar below, and there is but a single doorway on the right. You all follow as well?
Yeah.
Are we all
Yeah.
going in, or?
As you guys approach this single room, right when you get up to the door, there's also a door right across. Like, as soon as you get up the stairs, there's a door right in front of you, but also there's one down the loftway, and you saw from down in the bar, you saw him go up into the one that's down the hall. But as you guys are standing right there next to it, you see Azure, you notice a slight imperfection in the wall right next to you, like to your right.
I'm gonna touch the imperfection.
As you like put your hand on it, like you feel it move a bit. It appears to be like a hidden door built into the wall.
I'm gonna look around. Is anyone watching?
The people in the bar below can see you. Whether or not they are actively watching, you can't really tell. Also, Rictavo went into the room in front of you, so you know he's not through there.
I'm gonna press it. Boop.
You like, and that's like it doesn't swing open or anything, not immediately.
So it just doesn't do anything?
It could, but it doesn't just with you poking on it.
Can I, like, shove the surrounding area, or...
Yeah, you can, like, sort of move it around, and as you look on the, like, floor investigating, there's a slight little latch thingy at the bottom, like where the wall meets floor, there's a slight little latch.
Flip the latch.
You as you open it up, there's a wooden staircase that descends about 15 foot to a landing below.
I'm going to cast light on my amulet. And then
The rest of you see Azir open a hidden door, and you,
can I see down the stairway now, or...
yeah, it's just down into a little loft area.
I'll come back for you later. And I'm going to close the door. There's no, like, handle or anything, is there? They're just...
You can pull on the latch to close it effectively.
That's what I'm going to do. And then relatch it, drop the light cantrip, and I'm going to go back to my room and get my stuff in order. Because I have my bedrolls and pack. And
You're going to your room?
yes, and then I'll leave, and then
To do that, you would have to go outside, because you could see to the other side of the loft. The stairs to get to the other side of the loft are outside. So you'd have to go back down, and then outside, and up those stairs, and then into that area.
Never mind. I'll camp outside Rick Tavo's room until my brothers get there.
I sort of assumed they all went up with you.
Okay, cool beans.
We were a bit after, but Azir, what were you doing in the wall?
It's a secret door.
Well, I mean, do you really want to poke around in other people's affairs?
Sometimes.
You asked before going to confront the man that you literally spied on.
Azir spied on him, which again, I
Look.
advised against.
Here, you can never be too careful.
Sigmander, when are you going to yell at him for doing stuff?
I don't know. When I feel like it.
Perfect.
As you guys are talking, the door opens up, and Rictavo is standing there. Well, are you coming in?
Yep.
Suppose so.
Come. He waves you all through.
As I walk in, I'm like, get the pleasantries, like, sorry to disturb you in your own place of residence, but we appreciate it.
It's fine. The room is it's like a small guest room sort of thing. There's a bed heaped with wolf furs, and at the bottom of the bed there's a footlocker. Off in the corner of the room there's a tall wardrobe, and next to it there is a writing desk and a matching chair with an oil lamp on top of that desk with a red journal sitting on the desk. Yeah. He invites you all in, and he sits on his bed as you all stand there in the middle of the room. Did all of you go up? Sorry, I asked that already. But...
I'd like to pull the chair at the desk out, and I'd like to sit on that.
Okay. You take the one other place to sit. Please, if you don't mind, close the door behind you. Somebody.
Close it.
Sigmander, I think you're the last one.
Yeah. I close the door.
And could you lock it, please? I do not wish to be disturbed.
I lock the door.
You slide the deadbolt. As soon as you do so, all right, and he takes off his hat, revealing to be an old balding man with a pointed goatee and spectacles. So,
He's not ugly.
thank you. Who said I was ugly?
Azir, you said Never
I
mind.
did not say that. You assumed that.
For an old man, he's actually like good looking is an odd way to put it, but like that's basically what it is. He has a very like well built figure for somebody his age. He appears to keep up physically. So I'll explain everything. First, who are all of you? What are you doing here in Barovia?
Well, we were all, or I at least, was honest with you.
You
Undar,
said you were here to deal with trouble.
yes.
I assume you mean the Strahd problem.
And Barry, we took care of as well, thanks to your recommendation.
What do you know about Strahd? Everything.
We have his forced misses downstairs.
What?
No. Shh.
Yeah,
What
we're
do you
being
mean?
honest with him.
His
Right,
forced
so-
missus. What are you? He has a wife?
Well, one moment. Are you telling us that we shouldn't tell him about Irina?
I think we should pick and choose. How much do we really know about this guy?
I mean, not a lot. That's why I assumed it would be fine to tell him. I mean, he seems trustworthy.
Right. We should just tread carefully. That's all I'm saying.
There's a woman named Irina that he's chosen as some sort of twisted bride for himself, and we're trying to get her to safety.
That's why we were asking for a ride to Kresik earlier.
Would
This
make
is not
that a little
uncommon.
easier.
Creatures such as Strahd are often points of infatuation. The subjects are often beautiful women. They could be also friends. They could be ideological fixations. Things like this happen. Please, if one of you could hand me that journal over there.
Hey, sure, go.
I'm already sitting at the desk, so
Yes.
turn around, grab it, and lean over to like the bed.
He takes it and he hands it. He opens it up, and there's a steel pen like slidden into the spine, and he pulls it out, and he waves his hand over the pages and then begins writing. You said her name was?
Why are you taking notes?
As I said, I will explain when I'm done asking questions. I just need to know what you know. Her name?
Irina.
Perhaps we could
Surname?
give some information and then you give some information so we're not putting a lot of blind trust.
Right. So we should start off with my name. He closes the book. I am Dr. Rudolph Van Richten. Van Richten. My mouth stopped working now
You
for a
say
moment.
Rudolph?
Rudolph Van Richten, yes.
Interesting name.
Why?
We'll
What
lean
about-
over to whoever's closest to me. I imagine like Bjorn. Isn't that like the deer that we were told about as kids?
With the red nose.
Yeah, that one.
Dr. Van
Anyway.
Richten will suffice.
Can I
Anyway,
just call you
For
Doc?
Rudolph.
Doc works as well, I suppose. Anyway,
Anyway.
how do I say this properly? I am what you would probably refer to as a monster hunter.
I was hoping you would
trust
say
him.
that.
While he's talking, can I like get closer and closer and closer? And I'm looking for like bite marks on like his arm and like his neck.
He's wearing long sleeves, his armored leather coat, and a shirt on underneath. Like a dress shirt on underneath. And he actually wears a neck scarf, so you can't see it under that. And he's got like his coat has like a high-ish collar.
I feel like that's on purpose.
Like the lapel is bent up.
All right, so are you trying to kill Strahd?
Well, that adds a certain level of simplicity to what I'm here to do, but yes.
If that's the simple version, what's your plan?
Well, creatures like Strahd cannot be killed, as you say. They have to be eliminated physically, spiritually. It's a complicated process. But, yes, I wish to free the land from their so-called devil Strahd.
We as well.
Maybe we can aid each other in
My
this.
thoughts exactly. Which is why he pulls out his notebook, removes the pen. Wish for you to continue speaking with me about everything that you know.
All right. Since we're now aiding each other in our investigations, maybe we can offer you a deal of sorts.
Deal.
We
If this is
provide.
still about me taking you to Kresik, it's not happening.
No,
You need to
no,
stay
no.
here.
Much easier than that. We provide you with every piece of information and help we can possibly give, including and up to gold. And you help us get out on Lake Kresik. Nope, Lake Velaki.
Lake Zarovich.
That's the one. Took me a second.
You need to get out of the lake.
I need you to find a boat of some kind. Or a
I can do that.
Perfect. And I turn back to my group and I'm like, you guys, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the fortune teller. She.
Right, the West. I suppose we can tell you now. There was a Vistani woman, read our fortune and claimed that a weapon to defeat Strahd was held out in a body of water blessed by the light of the white sun, but it was to the west, and, well, we assume since west is subjective, west is Kresik, Velaki, the town we're in now.
More importantly, Lake Zarovich.
Well, I suppose it's worth a look, but I know nothing of Lake Zarovich being blessed by the light of the white sun, and this is far from as west as you can be here in Barovia.
Even so, perhaps we could speak to that man we saw earlier today. Maybe he'll be
He's
out there
a
now.
fisherman, I suppose.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah,
was
he's
drinking.
a bit of a madman. You really wish to speak with him?
I mean, my curiosity was piqued when he wouldn't answer us, I suppose.
The locals spoke of him. Bluto, I think his name is, a mad fisherman. The waters of Lake Zarovich have long been soiled, and, well, fishing is not super successful, but the belligerent drunkard doesn't stop. Anyway, yes, you could speak with him, I suppose, and I can get you out.
Perfect. Does the light of the white sun, does that ring a bell for anything else?
That refers almost certainly to the Morning Lord. If there is some body of water associated with him, that's where I would look.
A nest of ravens, perhaps? You know anything about that?
Nest of ravens. Yes, that yeah, ravens are sacred here in Barovia, and they I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, but just know that you're closer than you think.
Could you possibly tell us more?
If they were my own secrets to divulge, I would, but alas, they're not.
Rictavo, I hope we can continue this relationship in good nature. Could you please divulge this just a little bit further?
I cannot say. Again, they are not my secrets to divulge.
Whose are they?
Please.
They wish to open up with you, they'll find you. I will let them know with your presence and your purpose.
What? Is this
Yes.
like some cult or something?
I've already said more than I probably should.
Could I
They wish
try to
keep it
persuade
out.
him, or is he not?
You can certainly try.
Okay, dope. Cha-cha-cha.
Like, you say something other than "pretty please."
I just kept going, please. 19.
Right, how do you persuade him?
If we're going to continue working together and we will divulge all information we're given, then something that will aid in the defeat of Strahd. I mean, look, this was from the Vistani woman. She gave us a reading that said that a holy symbol we need to defeat Strahd lies within a nest of ravens. This could be the key to defeating him and freeing this land.
My advice to you would be speak with Erwin, the barkeep downstairs. He may help you further.
All right. The only other thing that the Stony woman gave to us was a pointing us to an amber temple, something of the sorts.
The Amber Temple.
No, castle. Wait, is that what it's called?
What? What specifically did she say?
Treasure is hidden in a castle beneath the mountain guarded by amber giants. Sorry, I thought it was called the Amber Temple.
The Amber Temple is a dark place. I know not of a castle there, but none have ventured there and survived.
What's the
Not to my
amber
knowledge.
for?
It is a place deep in the mountains to the south. I'd be wary if heading there.
Why? Is it? What are these amber giants?
I know not. All I know is, as I said before, the stories surrounding it are not good.
And then
Bless you, Avery. Bless you twice, Avery.
our enemy also waits in a place of wisdom, warmth, and despair.
Would mean a great deal of things.
Unfortunately,
A
so.
place of wisdom, temple or a library, perhaps. I don't know.
Anyways, for that information, we will give to you our story. And I would like to explain to him our previous 3 sessions in great detail. We were brothers, we lived Vistani, convinced us to come here, we got to here, and it was all like that. And then there was the old bone grinder, there was the last session we tried to get the vampire spawn bones, but the bones flew away with the vampire spawn, and now we're here.
These Vistani, tell me more about them. What do you know? And he once again pulls out that pen, starts writing vehemently in his journal.
Well, hell, I don't really know much about him. What do you guys think?
Ishmark said that they were secretly working for Strahd.
Yes, that is the common consensus among the people here.
I don't know why they would guide us on such a journey if they were for him.
This holy woman that you spoke of, she was Vistani?
Madame Eva, some sort of leader, soothsayer.
Well, thank you very much, all of you. I wish you well on your journey to Krezich. Might I ask, say you were brought here to fight Strahd. After Crescent, what's your plan?
Find a way to beat Strahd.
Find the rest of these things we were pointed to. Go to Ravenloft.
Plan to go to Ravenloft.
The castle.
Yes, I know what it is, but fighting Strahd on his home turf of all places. It's dangerous.
Maybe we can lure him away with Irina downstairs.
I hardly doubt Ismark would be happy about that, but it is an idea.
I doubt
Let's
Irina
use this
would
young
be
woman
happy
as bait. Rather clever, actually.
The only
Writes
issue
things
is...
down in his book.
Oh, dear.
the only issue lies wherein whenever he's around, he can command her. And if it weren't for us, and Ismark and her father before her, they would have been, she would have been taken away. But they held her in the house and kept her safe.
You said you met with Strahd the night you left the village of Barovia.
For
Could you
only
describe
came
that
to us.
encounter to me? In great detail, please.
go well. I believe this is your encounter to describe.
Well, as we were leaving town, he sat out in the distance and basically tried taking Irina from us. Then his eyes flashed, and so did Irina's, and he somehow took control of her. And we stopped him by, well,
Common ability, a common ability among the Nightspawn. They have powers of influence. Sounds like his are more powerful and potent than I've ever seen before. If he is able to seize control of her actions totally.
yes, but then stopped when I decided to, well, put my dagger to her throat. No harm was done. No harm was done. Just
Seems to
fear
care a
tactic.
great deal about this
threatening
woman's life. Interesting.
Because after that,
It's a very
he
strong weakness. I think we should exploit it.
said that if this were to happen again, he would do us great harm.
Interesting. Well, I have sleep to get. In the morning, saber-tooth cat to feed, and then a boat to acquire. I'll speak with you all tomorrow.
Perfect. Let's all get some rest. Gods
Indeed.
know I need it. I rub my bite wounds, and then I leave the room and say, thank you for all you've done, Dr. Von Richten.
So, Doc.
Van Richten? Von Richten?
Van.
Rudolph.
Vaughn, if you're saying it with an accent. But
Can you
V-A-N Richten.
can you just show me your neck? It would make me feel so much more comfortable.
Worried I've turned, have you? There is no mark.
Cool. Okay. Where did he put the book?
His journal?
Yeah, his journal.
When he was done writing in it, he once again waved his hand over it, closed it, and tossed it onto the desk.
Cool. All right. I'm head over to Undar. Follow him.
All right.
Hey,
You-
Undar.
You guys leave?
Undar.
As soon as you walk out of the room, there's a tall, dark-haired woman with a white streak through her hair, kind of like Rogue, but it's all held back in a bun with 3 black feathers protruding from where it is tied up. She's dressed rather finely. Excuse me, but Mr. Rictavo does not like to be disturbed, so if you could please make your way. She nods her head away from his room.
Who are you?
Like, we just... Whatever.
We just spoke to the doctor. I mean
Doctor, I'm sorry.
Rictavo. And I'm gonna see how she
Yes.
reacts.
If as soon as you say the doctor, she like a flash of worry crosses her face, and then you say Ricardo, and she's like, okay.
Don't worry, we checked up on him, and luckily enough for us, he told us everything.
Everything?
Wink.
Yes, everything.
Well, all of you.
Oh, just a couple of dwarves. Let's go, fellas.
As we all kind of start walking past, I'm just going to
She,
stop,
like,
look up to her.
steps in the middle of the hallway so that you guys can't walk past. When you say everything, what precisely do you mean?
Things we should not be saying.
Out loud.
Let's just
Concerning
say-
whom?
We're people of the same cause.
Concerning whom? Listen, there's nobody else in this loft. It's just us. Dispense with the facade and tell me what you know.
Eyes glow. Divine sense.
What do you sense again? What is it's?
Celestials, fiends, and undead.
Nope, nothing.
Okay, good. It's not Strahd in disguise.
She's not mental.
No.
The Dark Lord. And the attempts to...
We want to kill Strahd. That was the
All
most
right,
of the
keep your
conversation.
What
voice down.
precisely did the doctor tell you?
I don't know what you're looking for in particular.
And that's
He didn't tell you
honestly-
anything of my family, did he?
Who are you? Wait, are you Erwin? Because he's about the only person we talked to you, Tim, about.
Erwin is my husband.
Oh. Then I think we need to discuss some things.
Listen, if you wish to speak with my husband concerning our personal matters, do so when there are no more patrons. Tomorrow, understood?
The flowers, the feathers in your hair. Ravens?
Yes, sir.
I thought so. Makes sense you're with him.
You keepers?
What?
Nothing. Anyway, to your rooms, please. You may speak with my husband tomorrow morning.
Will do. Thank you. Ma'am, what's your name?
Danica.
Danica. All right.
Well, it's rather late. I think I'm going to head off to bed. And I try and move past her to go downstairs.
She lets you pass.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try and go over to the other loft where our rooms are.
You go down. Outside, it started to rain, as it does fairly frequently in the land of Barovia. You walk up the stairs and into the loft on the other side, where there are 2 rooms on the left and a third doorway down across the loft.
Did it? I'm guessing people followed me. I hope.
Yeah, I want to check up on Freak and Myrtle before I go to bed.
Were we given room numbers or?
The keys had numbers on them, yes. It was 1, 2, and 3.
Gorwell, you're in Sig and I's room.
Oh, okay.
Asia, it was you who got the keys, right?
Yes.
Room 3 was the one that was mentioned to be the 4-person.
Yeah, that's okay. So I'm gonna head to room 4 because I'm gonna check on the kids.
There are only 3 rooms.
Room 3 is where you're
Room
going.
3,
The 4-person room.
Yeah, room 3 to 4-person room, whatever.
That is the one that is straight ahead, not on the left. And you, or do you knock first? Or you just open.
Hopefully I knock. I can't just open it.
All right. Yeah. You knock on the door, and Irina opens the door. You see her for the first time not wearing her armor. It's just her. She's wearing clothes.
Okay.
But you
Women! Ah!
her armor, while still flattering, does hide a rather remarkable physique, and you're like, chill. And she looks down at you and smiles. You need something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say goodnight to Freak and Myrtle. Make sure they're doing all right.
Oh, come in.
And I'm woo, woo.
As you go in, you see Ismark on one of the other beds again, also having removed his armor. He has moved on from sharpening his long sword to sharpening his short sword. He's now.
Oh boy, this guy. Good to see you're still hard at it. Anyway.
Ignore my intolerable brother who can't put that thing down for 5 minutes, and he shoots her a glare.
He's just protective. That's all. I get it.
Freak is sitting on one of the beds, staring blankly. And Myrtle is she's like trying to put on Irina's breastplate, but it is far too large for her, and she's like swimming in it, but it's armor, so it's also like awkwardly stiff.
Okay, good to know. Freak, are you still hungry, buddy?
No,
Okay, good. Myrtle, are you good?
kind of. And her head like below her. You see her forehead through the head hole, and so her voice is really echoey. Yeah, I'm great.
All right. Well, get some sleep. I'll see you in the morning. And anyway, thanks for agreeing to watch the kids.
Who is that to?
Both Ishmark and Irina.
Irina smiles and says, "No problem." Ishmark just grunts as he's going away at his sword.
Well, have a good night. And I'm
You swell.
head out. I'm gonna head to my room, which is
Lock the door behind you. The rest of you, what are you doing while that interaction is happening? So we're going to ignore Asia's existence for a bit.
We go
I,
to my
Tell
room.
Irina that we told her about, we said her name to somebody. You know?
Okay, so not ignoring Asia's existence. As he walks out, Undar goes up to the door and knocks.
Hi.
Irina, once again, opens the door. Similar to Asia, you're taken aback by, "Whoa, this chick's kind of hot." Let's see. Oh, hello, Undar. Wasn't expecting you. The rest of you going to be coming in one at a time? Or I'm kidding. Come in.
Oh. Yeah, we need to have like a relatively private discussion. And I come in and like just shut the door.
Mhm.
We met a man.
Ishmark looks up at you, nods, continue sharpening his blade.
I'm glad it's not at the table anymore. We met a man who was disguising himself. His name's Rudolph van Richten. He's attempting to kill Strahd as well.
Wonderful. Enemies of Strahd mean good things for us, I assume.
Right. Well, in sharing our information, he gave us some helpful information on where to pursue some items and some weapons. Fabled to beat Strahd, and in return, we told him our story, and of course, you were both brought up.
So you mentioned me.
Yes, you have to understand that, you
You
know,
hear from the other side of the room that stops suddenly.
you have to understand that in this situation, we had to divulge information about our own journey and what makes us so special to attempt to
And I
be.
assume you found proof that he's not a spy for Strahd.
We did.
How so?
He wasn't a celestial fiend or undead.
So that's it. No man of Earth could ever betray us for Strahd.
We're
Obviously.
working on a solution right now. He's helping us. He's getting us a boat tomorrow, and we're going out to Lake Zarovich to
I
hope we
trusted
can.
him with my sister's life.
Your sister's life is always in our hands, whether or not somebody else knows about her or not.
Be more careful next time, Wolf.
I look at Irina. Do you feel like I've given up any of your personal information?
She looks uncomfortable, caught between you and her brother. Like, I don't know. Perhaps we should take more care. I, I'm gonna go check on the kids. And she walks over to Myrtle, who is sitting in her breast piece.
I'm gonna give a smile to Ismark as I leave. Everything will be all right. And I go and shut the door.
Sound like with luck, and all will be well. And he goes over to his bed.
I hobble out and I look at my brothers. Don't go in there. I walk to our room.
Before he walks to his room, I'm gonna stop him. Hey, Undar.
Mm-hmm.
So you know he's got that journal, right?
I'm aware.
And you know I'm sneaky, right?
Didn't this get us in trouble in the first place?
And I've gotten very adept at picking locks. Do you think maybe if I were to come and knock on the door at 2:00 in the morning, you'd be willing to read it with me?
Asia.
No.
Asia, you know I don't condone any of those activities you participate in. And besides,
That wasn't a no.
did you see when he wrote in it, he had that hand wave? Maybe that erases everything besides him, you know? I noticed he did that before he opened it, and he did it before he wrote, and then he did it afterwards and shut it.
I'm just saying.
I know that knowing what his private affairs are would put Ismark and Irina's minds at rest. That being said, I don't condone breaking and entering anywhere.
But like there could be a lot more useful information
I
in
will
that
leave the
journal.
judgment call up to you and pretend that I do not know any of the things you're going to do. That's the best I can offer.
Fine.
Oh, and don't go sneaking into that wall again. I don't want you disappearing into the foundations of this building and not having a way to contact us.
If there's a will, there's a way.
You're all going to die.
Oh, that reminds me. Asia, you owe Gorwell 4 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I have to share a bed with Gorwell. And he ate 3 bowls of beef stew. He's going to be gassy.
Rough night.
Asia, you go into you, Gorwell, and Sigmunder's room. Smells kind of funny. Not in a good way. I'll leave it at that. Are all of you retiring for the night?
Did Yorn go into my bedroom as well?
I
Yeah.
assume so.
I set my sword down and relax in the bed.
You
It's sleeping
unsheathe your
time.
giant, wavy
Members.
Zywander, and you put it up against the wall and dislocate your back. And, you're in so much pain. It's not been a good couple days. Yorn, Undar, and I think Asia, you all get to take off your armor for the first time. Who knows how long? It feels very similar. You've been wearing it so long. It feels very similar to Roku and the Demon Armor as you peel it off of your skin. And the whole thing is just disgusting, and you're sweaty, and for the first time you feel like, oh, I'm gonna be able to sleep normal.
I take off
Like-
my hat.
I'd like to rest, and just as Yorn starts drifting off to sleep, I want to be like, Yorn, I was thinking about earlier.
Bjorn, you enter that, like, you feel weightless, and like your eyes are closing of their own accord, and like you're actually starting to dream a little, and then you suddenly you
So
hear a
anyway.
noise, and you feel that sudden falling sensation, and you're like, ah! And you're super irritated.
You don't all think less of me, do you?
I can't speak for the others, but seeing you now, I'm a little disappointed.
Why? I've grown up.
Congratulations to you, I suppose.
I just don't see the fuss. I've helped you all every time we've engaged in a life or death situation. I wasn't aware you all had complaints.
I don't know about the others, but I don't think talking in this place is the best way to do things.
I think you're right. Maybe I have changed. But that's assuming that you think staying the same forever is the best way to go. You still act like you did 10 years ago.
Well, I suppose that's right.
Maybe I'm the only one of you who has really went and seen the world.
Well, good for you, Undar.
Just know, I'm always there to help you. Always.
I appreciate it, brother.
I'm gonna sit in my bed like this.
Right.
I'm not gonna sleep because I'm too stressed.
Night
I fall
falls.
asleep okay.
Or I shouldn't say that. Night has fallen, but you all drift off.
Is Asia stealing stuff?
No.
No? Issue's being a good boy.
If you would have said yes, I would have done it.
I'm not gonna say yes for you to steal stuff.
But you wanted me to.
Of course I did. Oh, finally I can remove my discarded hit points because of the vampire dude. I can go back to normal now.
But then I remembered I'd probably have to forfeit a long rest, and I was like, not about that.
Not if you did it quickly.
Finally, are you getting half my health?
Orwell,
Yes.
your dreams are less than pleasant. You dream of vampires and witches and being eaten alive, and in general, it's just not an enjoyable experience. That while you sit there and dream, your dream self, for some sick, twisted reason, finds the entire thing utterly hilarious, and you start to maddeningly laugh at everything that's going on. Azir, as you're laying there, you're suddenly awoken by a slight and you like wake up and you roll over. Gorwell seems to be giggling to himself in his sleep before it intensifies and intensifies and intensifies, and it gets worse and worse and worse. Gorwell, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
You want to wake up because of this?
Not yet.
Constitution save. That's a 13.
All right, just a moment.
I can't laugh on command, so it's I'm not as good. I giggle in the night.
Why don't you grab my ears?
And fuck me in the butt.
Never that before.
I mean,
You never seen that?
Well, why don't you
I'll
grab my
grab
ears
my
while you
ears and
fuck my
fuck.
butt?
fuck me in the butt.
I'm okay. Well,
Well, you know about it now.
Yeah, whether you wanted to or not.
Gorwell, eventually your laughter starts becoming so intense, you feel like your stomach is tightening and tightening and tightening and tightening until it actively hurts. So you're laughing, and then like the pain wakes you up, and you're horrified to discover that this laughing was not just in your dream. You're laughing out loud in real life. Sigmunder, at this point, it wakes you up, and you see Gorwell having a terrible laughing fit. But despite the laughter coming from his mouth, his face looks horrified, pulled back in a sick, twisted smile with tears running down his face. Bjorn and Undar, you guys wake up, hearing a muffled but still fairly loud laugh coming from the room over. Gorwell is now throbbing with pain.
What is he doing?
Stop that, Laurel.
Gorwell, what's up? What's wrong?
I'm going to say it's going to start turning like I don't know what's going on. I don't have control over this. But I'm going to say it's going like a laughing cry, like morph into
Like Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking like when in Batman Beyond the movie, when Tim Drake is turned into like Joker Tim Drake, but he
Didn't we
shoots
talk
Joker
about this
and he's
recently?
laughing. Yeah, I used the exact same analogy last time. But like he's laughing because he's Joker venomed, but also he's crying because he just murdered somebody. It's that, and like it's so awful. Azure, I need you to also make a Constitution saving throw.
The fuck? What is your farts doing in that room, man? What the hell?
He's giggling so hard because he's farting so much.
Farts aren't that funny, I promise.
Gorwell, I also need you take 1 point of psychic damage, Gorwell.
What the fuck?
Ouchie.
I'm just trying to sleep. Wait.
Constitution saving throw? That's a 3.
And my long rest hasn't even finished,
Azure,
so it's still like...
You're looking at him, and at first you're confused, but then it's kind of funny, like the way he's like, it's kind of, oh no, oh no,
oh no.
Now they're both laughing.
Now they are both laughing.
Starts to laugh.
Oh no.
Oh no. I need to get Bjorn and Undar. And walk,
For some
I run
reason-
over to Bjorn and Undar's room and knock very hard on their
And
door.
you take 2 points of psychic damage, Azure.
Oh, balls.
I'm imagining the night where we kept crawling into Eric's bed on the Minnesota trip. Like, that's kind of...
that, yeah.
Sigmunder, as Azure starts laughing, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Okay, let's see what we got there. Plus 6, that's good. So how does 18 sound?
You sort of, and that's it. You remain unaffected.
Oh no.
As these two sit here and laugh hysterically at each other.
What the hell are they doing? Are they laughing in there?
Undar, Bjorn, it suddenly gets louder, twice as loud as if two creatures are now. Sigmunder, as you get closer to investigate, you realize that both of them, as described earlier, despite laughing, have these sick, twisted expressions of pain and fear on their faces as they don't know why they are laughing the way they are.
That can't be good. I'm gonna see if Undar knows what to do. And I'm gonna run to Undar's door and knock very hard.
Ugh. And now they're waking me up. Yorn, you go deal with them. I don't want to. Ugh.
I get up and go to the door.
You and these two are laughing their asses off. And as you approach them, I need you to make a
Very
Constitution
wrong.
saving throw.
Oh, you like went into their room.
Do we have like a connecting door in our room to connect our
Mhm.
rooms?
No.
11.
You similarly like, and that's it.
If I hear a, and I'm like, God damn it! And I stand up.
You go in there.
All right, what is so funny in here?
Make the Constitution saving throw.
I got let's see, 6. Oh, I get it.
And then, like, at first, you think you're laughing. Like, you just assume you're laughing because you find the situation funny. But after a few seconds pass and you realize, I should be done laughing. Something is terribly wrong. And eventually, your stomach twists into that cramp, and you're, like, you kneel down onto the floor. And you can't move. The pain is so intense. And you're laughing so hard there. Once again, now tears are streaming down even your eyes. As the two of you that are unaffected are like, what the fuck is going on?
Jordan, can any of your magic stop this?
Is there a smell coming from the room? Is there like a no bueno smell or something?
I mean, not really. I mean, there are a bunch of dwarf dudes sleeping in here, so it's not fresh. But
Is this like what happened with the pie? Is this exactly what happened with the pie?
Not the pie,
when
but the.
Gorwell woke up from the pie, and he
Mhm.
started laughing hysterically. This is a very similar situation. Yes.
Yep. Okay. I don't know what to do. I don't have anything for this.
I think if I'm slapping them.
You go up to him like, this will work. you grab Gorwell by the shirt. He's still laughing maniacally.
Okay, that didn't work.
Gorwell, as he smacks you, you have a few faltering words that you think you could get out between these few laughs.
Help!
Oh, genius, we're trying
Help
to.
me, please.
I know we need to do that. That's what we're trying to do.
After about a minute passes, the laughter finally. Undar, you take 8 psychic damage from the experience.
Did I get a long rest in there?
Yes, this is
Okay,
this
good.
happens like at the
That would have put me out of
early
commission.
morning.
Oh wait, so we did get our long rest?
You
in?
got your long rest in, and then you
Gotcha.
took the damage.
I had 8 hit points after our last fight. That would have been awkward.
Death to dying.
It's like a
Or
Vincini.
death to laughter.
I just watched that movie with Maddie a few days ago.
Dude, I watched that with Gabby like Thursday, something like that. It was dope.
When?
Love the Princess Bride
I think
Thursday.
it might have been at the same time.
Caitlin
That's
doesn't
weird.
like The Princess Bride.
Well,
Hey,
Maddie
she's
doesn't
part
either,
wrong.
but I made her watch it anyway.
Gabby does because she's the coolest of the girlfriends. She's also writing me a D&D one-shot.
Interesting.
Anyway, let's
Cool, not
continue
gonna lie.
playing Nathaniel's game.
Coolest girlfriend. Cool.
My girlfriend offered to buy me more than Toma Foes, so
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
and eventually all three of you, the laughter and the tears are still streaming down your face, but the pain from your gut finally subsides.
What the hell is that about?
Orn, why didn't you do anything?
What was I supposed to do?
What the hell was that?
That's a good question.
It did not feel good.
I'm gonna have hiccups for like the next week.
Mhm.
Ow.
Yeah, as you all stand up, you notice, all three of you, not only a physical pain in your stomach, but there's like an intense dull throb in the back of your head that it feels like you just got clocked in the temple by a professional boxer. Undar, you specifically, it's so bad you can barely see straight as you. Oh.
I think I'm going to go lay down again. I'll see you all in the morning.
I'm
Ugh.
gonna go back to sleep.
Just as you
and
say
I-
that, you notice a shimmer of light coming through the window as it appears that it is about morning.
Oh no, I'm not ready yet. Ugh.
I'm gonna lay back down anyway.
We'll wait till that man gets our boat. You guys, are you sure you want to stay in here? What if that thing comes back? The laugh thing.
Well, we need to figure out what it is so we can actually stop it instead of waiting till it goes away.
Yeah, it's not very pleasant.
I'm gonna reach in my backpack, and I want to pull out an empty vial that says laughter
All
on
right.
it.
No, no, no.
Ah, no.
Wait a minute.
Remember when? Well, I don't, but someone fed this to me.
What?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe in my sleep, I ate a little too much. Maybe it turned into a gaseous state and affected anyone in the room.
Your gas made me laugh.
You didn't thought a lot.
Just a thought.
I will freely admit that's not what happened, but
Damn.
that is the best theory ever.
It's a good one.
You farted out laughing gas.
Dude, that's the greatest superpower.
Well, let's hope it's done now.
All right, listen.
No,
I need to go take a leak, and then we can continue on this journey.
I'm gonna take 20-minute nap, and I just lay back down.
And you swallow onto your bed.
All right, actually, Rick needs to take a leak too.
So it's bathroom break?
You guys want a bathroom break? That works for me. I'll get food.
Sure.
Okay.
Do.
Undar, you walk downstairs, walk outside around the back to the stables. Zip. It's still pretty cool out. Your piss is steaming, as it does in
Cool.
cool mornings. It's very foggy out.
U-N-D. No, damn. Right now.
You walk back inside. The rest of you.
Is there a bathroom inside?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is the second time you've peed in universe, like specifically.
I don't get into the lobby. Are they showing any breakfast?
One moment. All right, so you go downstairs to the tap room. Most of the people are gone. There are a few similar to what you saw last time, like shady-looking cloaked figures, but they are a different group, and they are sitting at a different table. But it's very similar to that last situation. And Erwin is behind the bar. He appears to be refilling one of the casks, or not refilling. He's like changing one of the casks.
Does he scream while
He's
replacing
not
it?
screaming.
Okay.
Erwin, we talked to
Yes.
Danica.
Lovely woman, isn't she? And he And he taps it.
Something about a nest of ravens.
All of the people that are sitting at the table, all the cloaked figures, all in unison, look over at you. And Erwin, like, finishes tapping. What is it, son?
Maybe I heard her incorrectly.
Maybe you did.
Rolling my portent abilities right now. 17 and 11, just letting you know.
17's good. 11, one of the worst you could roll.
Yeah, probably.
No, that he heard correctly.
I'm gonna eye the other table of people. What's all that about?
They're all looking at you.
Menacingly.
Don't you and your associates come down here? We'll talk. This is private matter. And he looks over at the group of cloaked figures and he like gives them the and they go back to what they're doing.
I'll follow him.
The rest of you?
I follow him.
Yeah. We're friends.
Yeah.
Diggity down.
Right.
Yeah.
One and
Go
then
along.
he leads you behind the bar, off to the right. And he opens up the door into the kitchen.
Follow him.
In the kitchen, there's a preparation table in the middle. Cabinets all over the place. A large fire off to one side. A door that leads presumably outside the building, and another preparation counter off to the side. He leans on the table in the middle, looking at you guys. We're here for the keepers, then.
Yes.
Keepers.
Keepers the feather.
That is exactly why we're here.
What do you want? You. Enemies. The Devil's Straw.
Yes.
Oh, definitely that. Yep.
I'm here seeking what? Information, help, soldiers.
Help.
And information.
Help.
How you can-
Information. Same thing.
Information is help.
And then I'm gonna push, or like gently try and nudge Undar to the forefront so he can.
There's
talk
a
about it.
symbol that belongs to you. It resides in a nest of ravens.
What of it?
What significance does this hold with you?
Powerful artifact. Keepers have watched over it for many years. You come to take it? Is that it?
I'm afraid we may need it.
Okay. So your enemy's a Strahd.
Indeed.
Quite frankly, I believe you. He doesn't have many friends around here. Especially not outsiders. Your loyalties, I trust. Your competence, that's another matter. We'll make you a deal. My supply of wine is nearly gone. The next shipment is long overdue. I'll give you what you seek if you bring me my wine. The vineyard and winery is a few miles west of here. Follow the old Svalich Road and the signs. You give me what I want, you'll have proven yourselves. The keepers will provide you with what you need.
Of course. Oh, by the way, this symbol, what is it?
The holy symbol of Ravenkind. So,
A holy symbol, you say? I look to my 10. Interesting.
yes, it's powerful artifact. Channels the power of that which Barovia has lost.
The souls of the deceased.
No, the sun itself. Anyway, like I said, you get me my wine, I'll think about helping you.
So we get you your wine, and you give us the symbol, and theoretically we have the power of the sun in the palm of our hand.
Exactly.
If wine is all that it takes, then, my friend, we can certainly work this out.
Oh, in that case, best of luck to you. I have a lot riding on your guys' success, so no pressure, but if you fail, my business fails, my family goes hungry, and we probably all die.
And we're riding on this for our success as well.
Of course.
A few
So,
miles
west.
then.
Indeed.
Shouldn't take too long. We should warn Irina and Ismark, though.
Are they going to come with us?
I don't know. I don't know with the children either.
I hear you're on your way to Krezik.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably stop there on the way to the vineyard.
Oh,
All right.
That's what I would do.
that's how close Krezik is?
Or is that how far the vineyard is?
Well, you said only a couple miles. That means...
It's a few miles. It's a bit of a hike. A few days, maybe.
Well, all right. We will certainly do so.
Keepers will be watching.
Do you
Lucky us.
mind telling us how they will be watching?
The hell out of my kitchen.
Will do. All right.
I got a little.
I walk
hostile.
out. I lean over to Asia, and I'm like, perhaps we can get a nice shipment of wine right here on Lake Zarovich.
Perhaps. I like the way you're starting to think, Undar.
I'm not conning anyone. I'm just getting out of the convenient. You no, I. oh dear. And then I leave. Oh, could you go warn the other two?
You mean Yorn and
No,
Sig, or-
no. I mean,
Irina and Ishmar.
Irina
Okay.
and Ismark. We need to wait for Rod, Rick, Rao,
And
Rudolph.
Avo.
the Rictavo, Rudolph. Really,
Duck.
they
Ren
don't.
Recton.
We need
All
to
right.
wait for him to get us our ship, and then maybe we could get Erwin his wine early.
All right. Sounds good. And I'm gonna scuttle back up the way we came, and I'm gonna head towards room number 3.
Now I'm going to go to the other side, the loft within the bar, and knock on Rudolph Van Richten's door.
Azure, you first. You and Freak actually. Hello.
Well, I mean, he doesn't look up at me. I mean, we're
Oh,
like
yeah.
the same height.
Hello.
Hey, Freak, how we doing? And I'm gonna ruffle his hair.
I did not enjoy that.
That's too bad. Irina and Ishmark.
They're inside. Irina has just finished strapping on her armor and belting her sword to her waist. Ishmark, having already done so, is leaning on the wall, appearing to wait for her to finish up.
Okay, and I'm like, all right, Freak, you mind letting me in?
Steps inside.
Thanks, Freak. And I'm scuttle in.
Ishmark looks up at you, or looks down at you. Right, what is it? We're leaving?
Yes, that, and we
Making our way
talked.
back towards Kresik.
Yes, that, and we were talking about we've made once we reach Kresik, we talked to the innkeep about they're the keepers, and they keep this symbol of Ravenkind that we were told about by Madame Eva, and basically
Weapon against Strahd.
weapons against Strahd, and they've agreed to give it to us if we can give their wine carriage safe passage back here. So
Sounds
I was
wonderful.
told to let you both know. And also, yeah, we're getting ready to go.
Right, so we'll make our way towards wherever it is.
Well, Kresik, and then we can pick the shipment up along the way, is the way I understood it.
Wonderful.
All right. Freak, you ready to go? I'm going to turn to Freak.
Sure.
Myrtle?
She's still asleep.
I ain't going to wake her up. You guys can do that. And I'm going to inch slowly.
Irina does not wake her up. She just walks over towards Myrtle, picks her up, and makes her way towards the door.
Okay. And I'm going to walk out with them. All right, then. So everybody sleep all right?
Undar! A colorfully dressed man in a hat with a dark black mustache.
Rictavo?
Yes, it's me. I don't believe I ever got your name.
Undar. Alistair.
Wonderful to meet you, Undar Alistair. I mean, we've already met. You know what I mean. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Should we be going then?
The boat.
I owe you a boat.
Do you have something set up already, or?
No, not in particular.
Do you know where we could get something?
Yes, of course. There are boat rentals on the dock. I'm quite frankly surprised you asked me for help instead of just doing so yourself. But this works.
Lead the way.
There's a small cane with what appears to be the head of some sort of bird as the handle. And he grabs it, and as soon as it touches his hand, the brown wooden cane flashes to red, and the bird head turns into a dragon's head, and he grabs the cane and makes his way out the door.
I stare at him as he walks by.
Something
That
wrong?
man is a mystery.
Anyway, lots to do. Only so much time in the day.
Hey, as we're walking down, I go, hey, You said the people in Kresk were serious. What did you mean by that?
It's a complicated place, Kresk. They're they're good folk, but they've been through a lot, especially with the abbey there. It's full of unsavory folk. It's hard to explain. You'll have to see when you get there. First things first, I owe you a boat.
Yes, you do. They should be around here somewhere, and I go back to where I walk outside and like show them where our rooms are at.
Okay. The rest of you?
I'm in the lobby getting breakfast.
Alright, there's you're good. Sorry about that. At this point in the morning, they're offering ham and eggs for 3 copper each.
I buy a silver's worth of that.
Jeez, why you have to make me do math, you asshole?
I buy a gold's worth.
Wait, how is it 10 copper
think
and
it's 10.
silver?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do it, so I don't have to math out.
Okay, so you get
Copper.
3 things of eggs and ham.
Yeah.
And
I
Gorla,
get 33.
what do you plan on doing with all this food? You could not reasonably eat all of it before you leave, and you don't have a place to store
Reasonably, how much ham and eggs could I bring with me?
it. 33 servings is what you have. Do you have a container suited to holding food?
I have a backpack with an apple in it.
So that's a no, unless you want to soil the rest of your items within your backpack.
Make them ham flavored.
Excuse me. Do you have any to-go boxes?
Craig, no.
Bags?
No, it's tavern. People don't usually take the food elsewhere.
1 second. Can I run across the street to the general store?
There's a general store?
Didn't you say there's a general store across the street, or was that a different town?
I was in the village of Barovia.
That was
Was it?
Barovia,
Damn it.
bro.
Yeah,
Get
that was.
fucked, you fucking
Damn.
nerd.
Okay, I remember a general store across the street from the inn. Or tavern. Sorry.
You should be. Shame.
Well, we'll see where I get, and I'll sit down and just start eating my 33 servings.
Okay. The rest of you, what are you guys doing? That takes care of Gorwell for the next several hours.
Well, I'm gonna be like light chit chat with when I was walking down with Irina and Ishmark, but in that when I meet up with my brothers, I'm gonna steal some of Gorwell's food because I don't feel like paying for some when he stole
Well,
mine
you got
last night.
breakfast for all of us? Oh, sit down. Oh, you're too kind. And I take my 1 serving of ham.
Actually, I'm quite starved, says Irina as she puts down Myrtle, who has now woken up. And she grabs a plate of eggs from you, Gorwell.
This is quite good. Thank you,
okay.
Gorwell.
Ishmark is, that does look pretty good. And he takes 1 ham and 1 egg. And
Thank God you got these for all of us.
33 by yourself.
When I looked at you, I thought, there's no way you could eat all this by himself. It would take all day, and, the rest of us would be deprived of your company. Come, Yorn, come on
Yarn
in.
and
Let's grab
Sigmund,
something
you
to
eat
eat.
as well.
Yeah, I'm stealing food.
I got 3 for myself because I'm not going to eat all of that
Okay.
in about 10 minutes.
A freak walks over Gorwell, and he actually takes a slice of ham from the plate that is in front of you. And he,
The disrespect. And I look over at him and go, doesn't feel good, does it?
I'm gonna take in good fun. I don't know how good fun this is. But I want to pull a slice of ham off another plate and slap him with it.
as he's eating, he doesn't even acknowledge it.
Go well. Did you just slap him with a piece of ham?
He didn't even move.
That's not the problem with this.
No, I think that's the problem with this.
I'm just gonna kind of like set the ham like back on it, like on his, like he was holding ham like this. I just want to lay it on top of his hands.
He finished that piece of ham, and as soon as it gets within range, he grabs it from you and begins eating that one as well.
Strange kid, and I'm going to just keep eating. Actually, like give everyone a full serving instead of people just taking eggs or just taking ham. Like making sure everyone at least has one serving. So
Sounds good.
there's
You know, I didn't eat last night, so I think I may have two.
go ahead.
I
think
did
it's
eat last night.
33
I'm a
here.
liar.
If everybody except Sigmunder gets a serving of eggs and a serving of
Ham?
ham, then that takes care of 14.
I'll have two. I'm starved. I need a long
Alright.
day.
That's 16 taken care of.
I'll have an extra serving if you don't mind.
18 taken care of.
You're
I'm
already
a
stuffed.
big man.
Ishmark grabs more. 20 taken care of.
So
Irina,
there's 13 servings left.
you may need energy as well.
I suppose if it's all
Mhm.
here, and she grabs another thing of eggs, that's 22 taken care of.
Come on, Asia, don't be shy.
Okay,
Yeah,
now
you
that
need
all
to
my
watch
food has
TV.
been taken, I'm going.
Have you eaten any
like, around
yourself?
things.
Go well.
No, I haven't eaten any myself. You guys have taken
do
it
that.
Gorwell, I counted you of eating 1 plate of eggs and 1 slice of ham so far.
all. I will eat 2 more of each.
Okay, that's 24 taken care of. Actually, 25 because you gave Freak an extra ham. At this point, Myrtle grabs a ham. 26 taken care of.
I mean,
Right,
this,
I
is,
have
There we go.
7
7
servings of food
left.
left.
this was perfect for a big group. Well, nice, good thinking.
Good thinking, go well.
Yes. I'm gonna put everything on one plate. Are there napkins somewhere?
Yeah, there's napkins at the table, cloth napkins.
I'm just gonna start wrapping this plate in napkins. I don't care how
You-
many it uses, and I'm going to shove that in my backpack.
You wrap it up. You don't know how long it'll last because eventually the ham juices will soak through the napkins, but at least for the time being, it keeps everything in your pack safe. You light it in.
You're welcome for breakfast. Don't expect this very often.
Freak is. Thank you. He turns to you, Azure. Is there any more food?
I point to Gorwell. He's got some, but I don't think he's going to share. He takes it rather than gives it.
Well, we can
Yeah,
all
he
have a
does.
small serving later. How's that?
Ooh, a snack. But not really anything before you go to the wash it. Then you might get cramps.
That's a myth.
No, it's not. It's true.
Okay.
Hey, I'll never
Sure.
forget what happened.
Right before we get on the boat, and I accidentally pushed you all in, I shall eat all my food. After I put it in my bag, I'm going to.
Don't go swimming if you're eating all that.
Were you not just in this last conversation? Eating
No,
before
no.
swimming does not affect you.
Just
Sure, it does.
Says who?
me.
It killed someone I know.
Who?
One of the performers, she was an acrobat. She ate food, went swimming, died.
We don't want to be
Was
like that
thus
guy.
eating and swimming related to the death?
I usually drowned, so.
Maybe.
I thought he was straight up going to be like, no, she was eating my alligator.
Motherfucker
At this
was
point,
allergic
Ricavo
to
comes
the
in.
water.
Right, friends, are we leaving? We have a boat to catch.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I believe we are leaving now.
Wonderful. I'll go down to the dock and I will rent you all a dinghy. Let's go.
Yes, I love dinghies.
Wait,
Let's head.
can rent? Lean over to Bjorn. Since when can you buy a dinghy at a dock?
What do you think a dinghy is?
I thought you needed like a brothel for that.
Yorn, you've been disappointed in your brothers. This might take the cake.
Corwell.
Let's just go, and I like start walking out the door.
As we're walking, I want to say, Rictavo, you're masquerading at least as a performer, right? You're a
Yes, of
performer,
course,
right?
I'm a performer.
Well,
A
then,
bard, a storyteller, a magnificent being of entertainment.
well then, how about we make it less conspicuous and we sing you a dwarvish traveling tune?
Oh, my
Sigmundur, take it
expertise is-
away!
I can't sing right now because of my gut surgery, so I'm just going to say I sing a Dwarven folk tune.
Sounds good. And you guys walk down with Sigmundur singing dwarven travel music.
And occasionally using my
Dwarven
body
rock,
percussion.
Take me home.
And ham bone solo!
As you guys walk through the town, one of the buildings that you guys pass by. Just a moment. I have to notes. One of the buildings you pass by, he points out. I think that's the Baron's mansion. Odd fella. Anyway.
The Burgermeister?
No. That's Barovian government. We have a Baron here in Vallaki.
What's his name?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not from here.
Well, you said we have a baron here in Vallaki. I just assumed that.
I'm afraid I've been here a while. You know what I mean. Sorry to have misled. Anyway, and he keeps walking. Eventually, you reach the walled edge of town, and you walk through the open gates. Rick Tabo nods at one of the guards, and the dude with the spear, he nods back. You walk through the gates, down on a path less than half a mile outside of Vallaki. There's a beach with several boats sitting there, like upside down rowboats, and a couple in the water tied to posts with sails you recognize as dinghies. And he walks over to one of them. All right, hop on.
Okay.
Just have to hop on the dinghy.
I hop on the dinghy.
Hop on the dinghy.
All right, make way. I don't want to break it. Oh, we're good. This dinghy's hard. It's not breaking easily. Right, Colwell? Come on in.
And I jump in as well.
Not that hard. The dinghy can't take that much abuse.
As you guys look out onto the water, you see, much like last time, a single fishing boat chilling there by its lonesome.
There he is. Oh, the infamous, don't tell me, Beludo.
I'll see you all later. And Rictabo walks off.
Oh, he didn't confirm whether or not that's his name. All right, how do we move this thing?
I lean over the edge and start paddling with my hands.
Are there
A
sails?
sail on it.
Where are the sails? Oh,
A
there they are.
single sail.
All right.
This is the dinghy from the end of Pirates of the Caribbean 3 for visual reference. So all 5 of you on there, kind of a squeeze.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Asian,
ready the main
racing
sails.
between existences.
There's only one set of sails. How are we readying the main sails?
Undar, you think back to the brief spat you had on a boat through your travels, and you didn't know how most of it worked, but you do remember one guy always shouted, "Ready the main sails."
Yeah, back in my collegiate days, I had quite the time on a boat once. We went on this missionary trip to Cholt. Oh. Anyways, point is, this one guy would always go, "Stow the mainsail," for some reason, and I don't know why. Anyways, so stow it.
Was Was it weird and high and off key?
It was like he'd always sing it for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway,
Interesting.
stow the mainsail and batten the hatches while we're at it, and swab the poop deck. And
In Scram Town, they can poop.
Look.
Screw the sail. Everyone paddle.
Somebody
Everybody
just
start
move this
paddling.
thing. I don't know how this works. Sail. I'm gonna pull on a rope.
And as soon as you do so, the boat lurches forward as the sail has unfurled.
All right, now we can all
Guys,
relax.
I'm paddling. See how it's working. I'm not acknowledging that he did that.
I'm gonna look up at the sail and look at Gorwell, who's looking over the edge, and go, yes, Gorwell, keep going. You're moving us.
Gorwell, you.
paddling.
Oh, it's working, and you redouble your efforts as you're.
Right. I'm not sure that's a good idea. We don't know what kind of creatures might be lurking in here. In the
Well,
water.
Fine, just keep paddling.
Keep a lookout then.
Who is keeping a lookout?
I'm keeping a lookout. Does it look like?
Perceive.
Okay.
And
Do you
I
want
am
my passive perception, or you want me to roll a perception check?
Are you actively looking out?
Yes.
Then make a check. I have your passive perception, so if I never need it, I won't ask you, just in case I don't want you guys to know that it's being used. That's
Okay.
Yeah.
24.
24. Okay. You notice, as you guys get closer, this guy was about 400 feet offshore, and once you guys get within about 100 feet of him, not acknowledging your existence, he shouts something. The only word you catch is Morning Lord. And then he picks up a small person-sized burlap sack and tosses it into the water. And you hear
What is that?
Gorwell, paddle faster.
We're 100 feet away. Oh boy.
and with that, I'm starting a timer. Eventually, the person that was tossed in the water will drown. Act quickly. I am
No,
giving
I
you
don't jump.
more than 2 minutes because, like, time works differently role-playing game. But know that you are on a clock.
Go. One of you hop in the water, sir.
All right, I jump in the water and
Sir, what are you
swim
doing?
towards these people.
Sigmunder, you perfect swan dive into the ocean. The only splash is a little of the water as it parts around him and closes back up. I need you to make a perception check to try to find her in the dark, murky water, followed by an athletics check to swim there quickly.
All right, perception. How does 16 sound?
All right, and there she is,
And athletic.
tied up in a burlap sack.
And I actually hold the dice while I roll instead of dropping it 3 times. Athletics. Let's see, plus 6. That's 22.
You make your way towards her. Undar, you yelled at the man.
Yeah.
Who's there? And he picks up a bottle and raises it above his head like a weapon, and you see as he does so, wine pours out because this bottle was not empty. As he, I'll catch something. I'll do it, damn it. I made the sacrifice. I'll catch something one of these days.
Give me the oddest of seconds. Is he 90 feet away?
Yeah, I'd say you guys are still approaching.
I'm going to say, sir, please calm down. And I'm going to have the blue eye of Odin start, like, I'm going to touch the holy symbol, and he himself is going to see the symbol start to, like, blink and then, like, close as I cast sleep on him.
Okay.
Feeling my thunder, Garrett.
Roll the hitty points for that.
The hitty points. I will try to do so.
And I have something, but I'll wait till he's done with his something.
Something.
I mean,
Do
my
I have
something's
5
not
D8s? No, I don't. I only have 4.
crazy
All right.
or unpredictable.
5 and 6 makes 11, 12, 13.
He has 4 hit points.
15.
So-
Okay.
Drop the bottle. All right, Sigmunder.
I grab the sack and try to swim up.
All right, make another athletics check. This one at disadvantage because you're carrying a person behind you.
Well, I got an 18.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
With
that's what I got.
disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay, you get up to his boat because it's closer, and you pull yourself up, and you hoist this tied up person. And you hear from inside the thing, and just as that happens, you see the man that was in the boat tumble over the side, unconscious.
Should I grab him too?
Yes.
Yes, we need to question him.
Is he like floating or
Mhm.
sinking?
Or he's starting to sink, but he's like basically right there.
Just reach over and grab him by the back of his shirt and lift him back on
We'll
board.
be there in a
Push him
second.
back into the ship.
And I'm sitting in the middle with the sack from one side and him on the other.
Get some rope.
I open up the sack.
You- There's a dark-skinned, dark-haired young girl in there, and she's please help me.
All right. And is she like a kid or just like I can probably easily take her out of the sack.
Yeah.
And just set her down in the dinghy. And then I'm going to use the rope that I explore the sack and tie up old crazy man.
All right, he's still sleeping. The girl is sitting there shivering. You would know, Sigmunder, the water is not warm, even a little bit. And this girl is like...
We're coming. We'll
and
be
you
there in
guys-
1 second.
You notice her bright, colorful clothing, as well as her complexion and accent reminds you of Vistani.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, you guys, about this time you get there.
I'm gonna hop on to the other ship. I'm gonna take off my half wolf cloak.
Oh,
There you go.
Right.
Thank you,
I'm a-
strangers.
Take my amulet off, toss it down, and cast Create Bonfire.
on
the ship?
There's now a small fire in the middle of this boat. However,
What?
the boat being oiled and swabbed, it does not light. Boat wood is treated specifically, so it does not catch on fire easily.
Get fucked.
You scared me a bit.
Thank you, sir. Please,
I-
can I go home now?
Yes,
take
we'll
you
get
home.
you home.
I drop concentration on sleep.
Okay, and he... You bastards! Let go of me!
No, you have to explain to you first.
What's your name, sir?
Bluto! I'm the
Sorry.
fisherman here in Lucky.
Well,
And you think throwing a child overboard is going to give you more fish?
She's a Vistani bitch. They're lucky.
oh. It's not kind words, sir. The Vistani did nothing wrong.
I didn't say they did. I sacrificed this little whore. I'll get good luck with the morning, Lord.
So you're attempting to bless this pool
With
Sure.
murder.
of the
guess-
Morning Lord's Accord?
I don't know. All I know is that their blood's good luck. Well, personally, didn't think those brown-skinned bastards would taste very good. So, thought
Wow.
I'd toss her in. That might do me some good.
All right. Really, that you're being very, very rude right now.
Says you've got me tied up in my own boat.
We apologize for the inconvenience. We just saw you
I know.
throwing a girl overboard.
Have you done this before?
No. She's a slippery little bitch.
Oh,
Never got her before.
There's that word again.
let's not say that.
Who the hell are you guys anyway?
We are here to ask if we could borrow your booze.
My boots.
Your booze, yes. Do you have any on board?
Well, I did. He looks over at the puddle of wine that he spilled when attempting to throw the bottle at you.
That's the only wine you have on board.
Yes.
Well, you shouldn't have thrown it at us.
For some
Make
reason,
an
I thought
insight
you
check.
had more.
Make an
Me?
insight check, Undar. Yeah.
This bastard. Trying to keep
Bastard.
wine away from me. I'll kill you!
You're
15
so-
plus 3, 18.
He looks over at his bench as he says so, and there's a crate underneath it.
How big of a crate?
Enough to hold a few bottles of wine.
I'm gonna start walking over there are you sure
What are you
you don't
doing?
have anything left?
What are you doing? Listen. If you want the little rascal, you can take her. I don't need her anymore, obviously. Wouldn't let me kill the little thing. Quite frankly, she's an irritating little monster. If you get her out of my hair, I'll leave you alone. Leave her alone. I swear.
Well, what do you guys think? I mean, he learned his lesson.
Yeah, open the box.
Can I open it?
Yeah.
It's not nailed shut.
It's hinged. And there are 3 bottles of wine, all labeled grape mash number 9.
He's not going to be impressed by this at all. Wait a minute. So,
How does the likes of you, who can't catch a single fish, end up with all of this
Hey.
wine?
You shut your hole. I can catch damn fish bloody well fine. It's
Yeah,
been
that's
tough
why
lately.
that's why you're throwing young girls overboard.
Yeah. She's not a girl. She's a Vistani. They ain't people. Everyone knows that.
Okay, all right then.
They work for him anyway.
you have
You're
no
not leaving
evidence
him, are
to
you?
support that claim.
Going for who?
Strahd, who else?
Right, where did you get the wine?
Bought it from the Blue Water Inn. Where else?
Did you buy it, or did you
Yes, I
steal it?
bought it.
I'm looking for a whole shipment, not 4 bottles.
Listen, I don't know. I'm not a wine shipment guy. I'm a fisherman, and a damn good one. So let me go.
Okay, whatever. All right, and I'm gonna help the girl over to our boat.
I'm going to lean in front of him and I'm going to say, I hope you learned your lesson today. If you're ever seen doing any of this again, we will not be so kind.
I'll kill you, you sick bastards. Get off my boat.
That was a threat. That's not good.
I'm gonna lean over
Do a lot
to
more. Go ahead.
I'm gonna lean over to Undar. So he was gonna throw her in to get this pool blessed by the Morning Lord, right?
Right.
Don't we need that?
Yeah, but we're not going to kill the girl for it.
Well, I mean, one life versus one step
I'm
closer to Strahd.
I'm gonna turn over to Bjorn and say, "What if we were to throw him in?"
Or poke a hole in his boat, leave him tied up. He can figure it out.
The hell is wrong with you, Gorwell? No, we're not going to get back on the ship. You got to paddle us back.
Get back on the boat.
I'm going to untie him, then get back on the boat.
Bluto,
As you untie him, he rubs his wrists.
so
What
the
do you want?
Vistani blood is good luck?
Yeah, sure. That makes sense, right?
Does it?
Not really.
Did he
Yeah.
make that up?
Why wouldn't it be?
I mean, it makes more sense to let's pool for a sun god with things relating to the sun god, like I don't know, sunflowers.
Listen, I don't know. I'm not a sun god guy. I just figured, throw her in. She'll show up. Get the hell out of here.
I
This
think
is
from
not
like
very well thought out.
ham, eggs, or something. Breadcrumbs, maybe.
Listen, I
If
said
we're-
get the hell out of here.
If
I don't
we have
need
any more,
this.
if we have any more problems, Bluto, then you will not be taking it up with us, but the local authorities.
Nah, I haven't done anything to me so far.
You just
Or the
grapple with
landlord.
me.
Get out of here. I'll shank you. Go.
Okay, before I step off,
I feel like he hasn't learned his lesson.
before I
Definitely
step
not.
off, I want to take my spear and this boat I could theoretically stab a nice thick hole in it, right, with my spear.
Yeah, probably. As a note,
Okay.
just because you mentioned it earlier, he is no longer tied up. Sigmundur untied him.
Okay, but I'm expecting that he's not very strong, so
He is
actually a
also very
drunken
clearly under some influence.
so I'm
People
gonna
have
poke a
accidentally
hole in
drowned
his
on
boat.
before, right?
Also, it's like 10 in the morning.
Which is fantastic. Dude's having a great life.
Make a
He
strength
almost
check as you try to
sacrificed a
plunge your
fucking girl.
spear through the boat's hull.
Okay, I forget what my modifier is. 18.
You. What the hell are you doing? And he goes to swing at you with his fist. There's a 14 hit.
Nope.
Well, he swings at you, and it just sort of flies wide.
Okay, is the boat taking on water?
As soon as you pull your spear out, yeah, it does.
I'm gonna step off onto the other boat.
And he scrambles and follows you.
I'm not
Yawn.
gonna let him.
Yorn, what are you
Uh,
doing?
Make an athletics check as you try to keep him up.
Well, I guess we can always bless this pool for the morning, Lord.
Yeah, go ahead, toss her in. But what the hell are you doing on my boat?
That's a 16.
He rolled an 18, so he
Oh.
pushes past you and lands on his chest, or chest and face, like on the floor of your boat. He stands up and he's got his fists up, like,
I want to cast sleep on him again.
right? And he has 4 hit points. How many dice do you roll? More than
5.
4 dice.
So
right?
if I rolled
Okay.
minimum, he would get passed out.
He falls asleep.
Sorry.
Well, let's bless this pool to the morning, Lord.
Guys,
Undar, you start praying.
no,
Bjorn, help me grab him.
I know he's an asshole, but we can't condone the murder of him, right?
It's not
Well,
murder.
think
He can
about it.
swim.
Him, he
He's
tried
a
to kill
sailor.
me.
But he could be better, right? He could.
Think about it.
Right.
We get one step out of the way. If
He
we
almost
get this
sacrificed a girl, and we gave him another chance, and he told us he was going to shank us.
guy, now
Okay.
we sacrifice him.
Throw it over.
It's-
I'm
Throw
going
it
to
over.
I'm going to move him back to his boat that is currently sinking.
At this point, you toss him in, and the boat now looks like the dinghy at the beginning of Pirates of the Caribbean 1, where it's like half submerged, and and his face is like half underwater.
Oh,
I hold my symbol
Brothers,
to Paylor,
let's
and I
pray.
say, Dear the morning Lord, though I do not have a pendant that resembles, or that services you completely, I do have
this
one.
is a horrible idea.
We
Hazel,
understand.
you start talking too.
We understand that this person is a person, and we do not take the sacrifice lightly. But despite given all the chances in the world, he still continues to do evil upon your lands, and to the stony people who have made this land what it is. And we pray that you may bless this body of water with your knowledge and your forgiveness, and your Son once more. In your name we pray. Amen.
So
Amen.
I'm gonna have you make a religion check as you attempt to sacrifice this man to the morning Lord.
God, I don't
I-
like sacrifice.
I'm also going to be sitting
Offer?
there praying,
Did
kind
we
of
say
also.
offer? Do I have proficiency in religion? I do. 16, 18.
Okay.
There's no guarantee
Man.
that this will work. Like,
Eventually, as soon as the rim of the ship dips below, water rushes in, and it suddenly goes down rather quickly.
I look around. All right, so
And as soon as that happens,
we were all on
the
board with
Vistani
that,
girl
right?
spits into where the ship or where the boat just was.
Miss,
Good.
what's
Now
your
can you
name?
take me back?
Yeah, we'll get you back. Gorwell, start paddling. What's
I
your
wait till
name?
Gorwell goes to paddle and I ready the sails.
Wait,
Alright.
no, not. If this pool is blessed, we have to stay to collect. What was it?
The
Lean
holy
over.
Some sort of something.
Weapon. So
No
Right.
My name
offense, but
is
I do not think this
my
pool
name
is
is Arabelle.
Okay, how did he find you and where did you come from?
Well, I was out walking by the edge of the lake, and he kidnapped me. He grabbed me. I was kicking and screaming, but he carried me to his boat. I didn't know what he was going to do to me, but he tied me up and put that sack. He stuffed me in it, and I sat there for hours screaming, but nobody heard. Eventually, my throat burned, and I gave up. Next thing I knew, he picked me up, tossed me in. I thought I was going to die until you pulled me out of the water.
Yes,
Where
yes.
are you? Where are you from? Could we get you back here? Get you back there from here?
There's a camp outside of Lucky, not far. You'll take me there, please.
Could you point us in the direction? We could just sail you there now.
Well, you would have to sail back to Valaki and go through there. It would be the best way, probably.
I would like to wait the approximate time it would take for someone to drown. And then I
Alright.
would like to use my divine
That time has passed. It's about 2
sense
minutes-ish.
to see if this ground is consecrated. Ground is a loose term. Because it's not ground, it's
What exactly does... Read me all of it. I know I have you do this all the time, but read me the exact description. Or...
it might say grounds, but I don't know if that counts as like literally
This would
solid
count,
land.
yes.
Okay. 1 second, I gotta find paladin in this bitch. There we go. Divine sense. No, it's not there. There we go. Divine sense. Nope, that's divine smite. There we go. Divine sense. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces until the end of your next turn. You know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover. You know the type of any being whose presence you sense, but not its identity. The vampire Count Strahd von Zarovich, for instance. Within the same radius, you can also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated. So any...
This area appears to have been desecrated fairly recently.
Oh no.
Also, there is a single undead under the water, almost immediately beneath.
Son of a...
Guys, I have bad news.
We did the opposite of...
We did the opposite of what we wanted to do.
Well, that's great.
We have to take care of something. And by take care of, I just pull out the stick off my back. We need to take care of something.
And this area you need to use underwater.
You have a better option?
Just as you... I need you to roll to escape a grapple.
Nice. What-cha-cha!
Why are you throwing over?
Athletics is +6. 15.
All right. Despite the fact that he just died, we'll see a gray, sopping wet hand grab the back of Undar's armor and into the water.
I want to give him that Green Goblin and Spider-Man, just the, oh.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Everybody roll initiative.
18! I know.
Maybe wait until everyone's.
That's
Yeah.
something.
I'm gonna put it in the chat so I can pee.
Hey, your boy got a pretty good roll.
Oh, Garrett's gone. I need him to do something else as well. It's okay. We'll get there.
Your boy, Mr. Spellcaster, might be going first.
I doubt it.
I'll be going last.
I doubt it.
I honestly, I don't believe you.
Well, the enemy rolled a natural 1 on initiative.
I also rolled a natural 1,
What's your dexterity modifier?
+1.
Okay, yeah, you're going last. Is anybody above 20?
24.
22. Damn it.
I rolled a natural 20 +4.
So did I. I have +2.
Oh, well. Sigmunder?
I got 14.
My girlfriend's making fun of me that there's a D&D spells app.
Hey, that makes perfect sense. Why wouldn't
she was like, they
that?
make those, and then like she was.
Yeah, of course they make those. They also make like collectible cards.
Those, like the holographic cards, make me wish I had money because they look so cool.
They
The deck
look
of many, they look
Well,
so
I
good.
want like a deck of many things, like the actual like physical, because they make those as well. Like
Mhm.
I'd want one of those.
I wouldn't use that often enough.
I know, but it would still be cool.
Okay,
Garrett
So-
could use it.
Derek, I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
6 again. Second con save for the night. Got a second save.
The first thing you notice is, whoa, this is like, I'm stressed, being pulled underwater, can't breathe. And you have freshest little air in your lungs. So you do the last thing that would be reasonable. And you notice his bubbles float up from your mouth as you... and the laughing fits start yet again.
What? Oh, Jesus Christ.
And you take 5 psychic damage. As you guys see struggle bubbles come up from the right where Undar was pulled in. Azure, you were the first to react to this terrifying situation.
I'm coming for you, big brother.
And you jump in. I need you to make a perception check to see them through the dark murky water. Also, do you have dark vision? No, you don't. Nobody has dark vision. Forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, that was a thing that you made.
I'm aware.
So like it was kind of like really gotta add salt to the old wounds. That's a 15.
A 15. Yeah. All right. You can see panic bubbles coming up from Undar's location as this man seems to have rotted a decade in a few minutes. His eyes are sunken in, his skin tight to his face, and his teeth bared. As this mottled corpse of a man that you had just recently slain drags Undar to death.
Can I swim and grab Undar?
Yeah, make an athletics check.
That's a 7. Oh boy.
He rolled a 6. As you wrestle him from the Revenant's grasp, and you now hold the maniacally laughing form of your eldest brother. However, to get him on top of the water would be an additional action. So, Gorwell, you're next.
Oh God, they're gonna hate me for this.
Correct.
Start building up
I
friction.
don't know what you're doing, but yes.
Oh no. Oh no. He's a wizard. What do you think he's gonna do? He's building up
Kill us
friction.
all.
Fireball.
I'm not high enough over fireball, sadly.
Oh, thank God. Oh, I'm so scared.
For the sake of convenience, can there be a pebble in this boat?
No, that makes
Damn
literally
it.
no sense. Why would there be a pebble in this boat?
Pebbles.
Because
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know, it came on somebody's shoe.
Can
I
I,
have a pebble
under my
on my
shoe,
boot.
can that conveniently be a pebble under my shoe?
Sure.
Pick it up, put it in between my hands as I'm rolling friction, and it's going to like turn into a tiny little orb, chromatic orb, of some might say,
Oh, okay.
full of electricity.
Oh no.
Roll a hit with disadvantage because your target is underwater. And you can't see him
Okay.
super well.
That's fucking nice. I rolled an 18 and a 17. Okay. So
That's pretty
17, that's +5. Or wait, is it? Yeah. Because rolled, yeah. So
Wonderful. Not gonna lie, the roll was unnecessary. Everybody underwater is gonna take this damage. Roll damage.
yeah, that's kind of why.
Hope you understand.
No, it. Yeah.
Selector. Woogie woogie woogie.
Where's my D8s? Oh my.
Okay.
Maybe you'll kill some fish.
Gonna murder fucking Ace here. Oh, and Undar.
Maybe. That's. Hey, that's a nice even 20 lightning damage.
20?
Yeah.
Undar's out.
Fuck. Wait, did I do the math right? No, fuck, I'm retarded. Sorry, 19. I don't know if that's going to make a difference.
I mean, yes.
Are
Literally,
you still up?
I have 20 hit points, so yeah, that'd be 1.
Okay,
You're
I rolled.
not out.
I rolled. He's not out, at least yet.
Still laughing maniacally. Asia,
If I take a breath,
as you take 19 points of damage, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
where's this shit coming from? Like, it's not breathing in something because I'm underwater.
Yeah, I'm taking into account your panicked laughter, how long you can spend underwater before you start to take damage. As a note, it's not very long.
I mean,
13.
literally, immediately take a breath.
You say 13, Asia?
Yes.
You, but you remain normal. Undar, your turn. You're incapacitated because of the laughter. Sigmunder, your
Because
turn.
of the what?
Laughter. It incapacitates.
Incapacitated. Gotcha.
Jump overboard and swim down to grab my brothers.
All right. Make a perception check to locate them.
15.
All right. You once again swan dive with the perfect. And you look around. And you can see where they're coming from. They're struggling underwater, so it's not super hard to find. You swim towards them, make an athletics check as you try to. 2 people swim back to the surface.
Is Asia unconscious?
Asia is not unconscious, I don't believe. Undar, however, is laughing maniacally.
Ooh, that's a nice and flossy 23.
23.
Yes.
You break the surface with both of them, and Undar specifically takes in a massive breath of air. However, it'll take another action for you to get them up onto the boat. It is the dead man's turn. All right. It looks towards you, Azure, and as it swims forward, it reaches forward and tries to grab at your ankle. I need you to roll to resist a grapple.
Nine.
Or with disadvantage because you're underwater. Sorry.
9.
9. Yeah, you like kick your foot back as he goes to grab it. You like kick him in the arm and it. But he bares his teeth at you guys and like you can hear underwater the muffled gurgle of a growl as he wants to kill you all. Yorn, you're up.
Oh boy. Can I see him?
Sort of. If
Okay, I'm gonna
you
cast
have,
Bane on him.
okay. Do I have a saving throw against that?
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
What is it?
A charisma saving throw.
Natural 1.
That fails. Okay, he's gonna subtract a d4 from whatever he tries to do, or not whatever. Most of the things he tries to do.
Sounds good. Azure, your turn. As you see Yorn, he already had his shield out from when he poked a hole. And he unslings his shield using the symbol embossing the front, specifically the raven, to invoke the power of Odin and curse his enemies.
I'm gonna cast sleep because I can. I don't know if that works if they're underwater or if they're no, it doesn't work if they're undead, does it? Never mind. That's not a good plan because we know he's undead. So I'm so fucked. Oh, God.
No, it works. It's just creatures, not humanoids. You're good.
You sure?
What?
I literally,
about?
the spell, it doesn't target
Mhm.
humanoids. It targets creatures. So you're good.
Yeah, but it can't be used on undead. That's one of the stipulations, isn't it?
Wait. Yep. Undead creatures are immune.
Undead and
Yep.
creatures are immune to
Sorry.
being charmed
I
and
didn't read
perfect.
that part. I'm bad at reading.
Okay. I'm gonna try and break his grapple, even though I have disadvantage.
You're not grappled.
Oh, I'm not?
No.
You made me make
Because he also had disadvantage, and he rolled poorly.
Okay.
I told you, you kicked his arm out away from you.
I didn't do the math. There didn't connect. I got bad roll and I just assumed. So that's bad on me. All right.
You got a 9, he got an 8. He rolled a 4 with disadvantage.
I'm gonna swim away then. I'm swimming
Right.
away.
Onto the boat?
Is Undar
The
still
boat
on the
is like right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna swim onto the boat because I'm out. I'm not
You
dealing
pull
with
yourself up
this.
onto the boat, and that uses your movement.
And then from here, I'm
Undar and Sigmundar are still in the boat, or still in the water, I mean.
is there
Orwell is standing there, fingers
shoot, I
still
don't have
crackling
any.
with electricity.
Can I give do I have any rope? I think I have some rope. Yeah, because rope. I have some rope on me. I'd like to sort of throw it out there so then
Okay.
they can
So
grab
they have
onto
something
it.
to climb on. Sounds
Mhm.
good. You take the boat off, or the rope off the side of your backpack, and in one fluid motion, you tug on the one knot that is keeping it tied together, and you fling it out into the water.
And that will be my turn because
Orwell, it is your turn yet
I don't
again.
have a whole lot else that I can do.
Okay. You said I can see like parts of the undead guy underwater, right? Or is he above water now?
He's still underwater.
But can we like see like?
Yeah, you can see him, but due to the refraction properties of water, if you make an attack roll, it will have disadvantage.
Okay. Then I'm going to try and shoot him with.
Not with more lightning, please.
I'm gonna try and shoot him with magic missiles this time.
Oh, sick. Well, no roll needed.
So I'm doing a second level. So
Okay.
there'll be 4 darts. Wait. Yeah, 4 darts. And they're all instantaneous, right? Hit.
Yes, they just deal
Okay.
damage. It's a good time.
Nice.
Unbelievable.
So that's 40.
Warfare is good. Oh yeah, guys, I have an appointment tomorrow morning.
I was
Okay.
gonna try to wrap it up. If not before midnight, then as close to that as possible.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
that's
good
fine.
plan.
I rolled 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 10. 10 plus 4. That's 14 force damage.
Y plus 4.
What?
Each missile is
plus
plus
4?
1.
10 plus 4?
Y plus 4.
Oh, because I rolled 10 and then it's a D4 plus 1. So I just did all the rolls,
Okay.
added those together.
Okay, sounds good. I didn't know if like you were adding your intelligence, and you're not supposed to do that.
I'm not. I'm playing.
You've done it before.
correctly.
Don't come at me with that.
I've asked to do it before.
He has asked. Do I add my Christmas hat? Nope, never have. Oh, okay, cool.
So, what was the damage?
14 force.
As you splay your fingers together, and from each of your hands, 2 darts. And as soon as they hit the water, they start leaving a trail of bubbles behind them. And they... And he... You can't hear him because he's underwater in your boat.
Nice.
Undar is incapacitated. Undar, you can make another Constitution saving throw to try to... Now that you're above water, you can make another con save to try to shake off the effect.
Natural 1.
You start giggling even harder. And Sigmundar starts to get like hard to hold on to as he's frantically spasming.
Do I take any psychic damage?
No. Not this time. Sigmundar, your turn.
I'm going to push him in the boat.
Make an athletics check. With disadvantage. No, sorry, that's canceled out because there's a rope out, and that gives you advantage. So make a regular roll.
You're welcome.
Well, 21.
You pull both yourself and Undar, pulling on the rope up onto the shore, or not the shore, the surface of the boat. And with that, the undead man grabs the side of the boat and pulls himself up as well.
Oh, finally.
And just as he does so, he looks at you, Gorwell, cracks his knuckles, and goes to swing at you with his fist 2 times. One of which is a 26.
Oof, I was going to say -4, but I don't think that's going to do anything for you.
And the other is a 9.
-4.
-4.
Is a 5.
What's your AC? Ave.
Sorry, what?
Oh, well.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I was reading stuff. It's a 12.
I have a 26 and a 5.
Oh, well, the 26 hits, I can confidently
26
say.
hits. The 5 does not.
I mean, it was a 22. You got -4.
True.
That deals... Oh boy. Nice. 22 bludgeoning damage.
God damn.
Ooh, your boy's a squishy wizard, so he's taking a fat nap.
And you get clocked in the side of the head, and just before his fist hits, you guys notice like a dark trail of smoke-like energy trails from his fist. He clocks Gorwell right in the temple, and it's like a perfect boxer's haymaker, and he just Gorwell falls unconscious. And that was one attack. The other one, and just as he does so, he swings around with the second fist. However, Gorwell has already hit the deck. So he swings,
Party.
makes contact with nothing. With that, it is Bjorn's turn.
Fuck yeah, it is. I'm going to do what I do best, and I'm going to stab the boy twice with a spear.
All right.
That's a natural 20, boys. And it's a Not as saucy. 16.
16 hits.
Okay. That's absolute fucking shit damage. 14 on that first critical, and
All right.
minimum damage on the second one. 5 for the second one.
All right. You raise your spear and you say a silent prayer to Odin to grant you swiftness in combat, allowing you to attack more than you normally do. So you bring your spear forward and it catches him in the shoulder and sinks in particularly deep, severing tendons. And you see his arm go limp for a second as the fibers holding the muscles in his arm, connecting it to the rest of his body, are severed. The arm goes limp. You pull your sword back. You flourish it overhead, bringing it up for a slash across. And he raises his one good arm at you. Azure, your turn.
All right. So now that he's finally on our sort of playing ground, I'm going to whip up my knives. Well, my dagger and my short sword. And I'm going to come at this, bro. Arms are swinging.
Okay.
Okay. So for the short sword, that's 23.
Okay.
And then for the dagger, that's a 16.
Okay. Those both hit.
Sweet. And neither one of them are magical, so do you mind if I just roll the damage together?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So that's 17 damage. Slashing, non-magical.
17 damage total?
Yeah, 17. Mixture of piercing and slashing.
All right. You go up to this guy. You flip your dagger around into a backwards grip, and as you get close, you realize that in these close quarters, it might be advantageous to do so with both blades. So you flip your sword down as well, bringing them both in for a downward stab into this guy's chest before pulling them out and readying yourself yet again. Sigmunder, no, Gorwell. That save. All right.
Oh, shit. I forgot you rolled for us.
Yeah. Undar, make a Constitution saving throw.
10.
10. You finally.
Ugh.
The laughing subsides.
Who the hell shocked me?
That is your turn. Sigmunder.
All right. First, I'm going to rage.
All right.
The second, I'm going to attack.
All right. Go ahead.
23.
That hits.
All right. D6, D6, and I will do another D6, right? Yep. 3D6. All right. 4, 7, 9 plus rage damage, which is 2, okay, 11 plus strength, 15, and also plus out my level, so 17 slashing damage.
17, you said?
Yes.
Damn it. Okay.
Well, some of it's radiant.
Yeah, I know.
But should I separate that for you?
Well, you know, in like you don't have to for this specific time, but in general, like I would prefer if it is. So that way I don't have to explicitly tell you when it makes a difference.
Run B.
But however, I will submit that this time it does not make a huge difference. Okay. With that, it is his turn. and he turns towards you. He and he looks down at his arm that is dangling useless, and he it seems to have enraged him even further. And he looks at you, and his that shadowy energy that once cloaked his hand when he struck Gorwell now is emanating from his eyes, and he looks deep into your soul, Sigmunder, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 18.
You feel this shadowy energy sort of like course through your body before you shake it off. Your sheer force of will, especially in your enraged state, is too much for whatever magical effect you may have tried to impose on you. Yorn, your turn.
Okay, gonna cure wounds. My boy Gorwell.
Gorwell.
And he's gonna get
Is
9 HP.
sorry, 9.
Okay.
Gorwell, just as you, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck. Con is an 18.
You just you're awake, just having received the worst haymaker of your life, and like dwarven bar fights are no joke. Just put anything you've ever seen to shame.
Nice.
Bonus action, gonna attack him with my spear.
All right. Once again, with the swiftness for battle granted you by Odin, you ready the spear.
Okay, 15.
15 hits.
Okay. D8. That is 8 damage, or not 7 damage from me.
7 damage.
7 damage.
Okay. Azure.
Awesome. So, I still have that bond. I did not. I probably dropped. Do I still have that bond? I probably dropped the bonfire, right?
It was
You know,
on the other ship.
Yeah, it was on the boat that is now underwater.
Oh fuck. Is my amulet floating in the water? Because I just remembered that. It's made of
No,
wood.
I'll say for the sake of convenience that you grabbed it before you left.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. I wanted to get that out of the way because I didn't know if. All right. I'm basically going to do the same thing that I did last round because I don't have a whole lot of other options available.
You're a rogue. Like, go for it, dude.
Like,
Sneak attack is your job, and you're getting it. So
maybe not. So that's a 10 and then a 17.
17 hits, 10 does not.
Okay, cool. So this nerd will take like 12 piercing damage.
And that's including sneak attack?
That is including sneak attack, yes.
All right.
That's right. Your boy's back.
You you go and in these close quarters, you go out for another overhand strike with your dagger, but he sort of however, realizing your mistake, you flip your sword back around into a forward grip, and you go for an upward strike, which is much more effective. It like sinks up into his rib cage, and he looks down at the sword that is now impaled in his sternum, seemingly unfazed, however, still damaged. Gorwell, I will roll that. Oh, no, you're up. Never mind. I looked down and saw that I have markers, and I'm like, oh, he's dying, but he's not dying anymore. You have 9 hit points.
Then I will. I'll do another guiding bolt because that kind of worked kind of well. I kind of like
Guiding bolt?
What?
not guiding bolt.
Magic missile.
Magic missile. Same thing and different.
Shit goes great when you don't have to
I'm
roll to hit
gonna
it.
roll a couple die now.
How many or what level?
First, so only 3. Real
You
darts.
raise a single hand, and one at a time, these 4 darts each come out like Iron Man repulsor blasts.
That is gonna be that's 6, 7, 8 plus 3, 11.
11 damage?
11 force.
Not bad.
You know, I've been like that was 2 threes and a 2. Like I've been rolling kind of decently with it.
That's pretty solid. All right, Sigmunder. No, Undar. You've just shaken off the effects of this laughter, and I believe you had a single hit point.
And then, like in Shaun of the Dead, when they go, "Sorry, Phil," and they just like, "Boop." That's what I'm gonna
That's
do.
the second time you've described an attack that way.
Yeah.
Sorry, Phil.
15 plus 6, 21. I'm gonna smite with it. I gotta do damage. Okay. I'll just give you the whole package. That's 12 plus. Oh my god. 18.
Damage?
Yep.
All right. Sigmunder, your turn. As you see Undar, and as he raises this cudgel above his head and he swings it forward, it leaves like a rainbow trail of golden energy as and it smacks him across the face in his jaw.
I'm moving the other side of my sword.
All right.
How does 15 to hit sound?
15?
Yeah.
That hits.
All right. Okay, so here we go. 6, 10, 12 slashing, and 7 radiant damage. 19 total.
Okay. As you bring this giant blade to bear, you go in an upward swing, and that arm that has been laying limp, you actually lop it off as he. And, with his turn, he will turn towards you, Undar. And, similar to what you saw happen to Sigmunder earlier, his eyes will smoke with this black necrotic energy, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
13 plus 3, 16.
16 passes as you similarly feel this. You say a quick prayer do you have a god in mind?
To resist the undead. Cord. I'm holding out for any sort of strength I have left due to my beaten form.
Lord,
And we're on the water.
grant me the strength that you're known for. And as you take in a breath and then exhale, it's that similar black smoke energy that you literally expel from your body as you. And he at this point just seems totally enraged that no matter what he's doing, it's not affecting you guys. Bjorn.
Okay, I'm gonna do guiding bolt at 2nd level here,
All right.
and that is bad. I'm gonna use my channel divinity, and that's gonna be a dirty 20.
You raise your sword to the sky. For just a moment, it appears that the sun has returned to Barovia, but it is in actuality the holy glow of Bjorn's spear. And as it takes on that light, he then goes into Spartan phalanx position before laser lancing at this revenant, and it hits it in the face. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's 20 radiant damage.
And he off the boat, seemingly defeated. At this point, Annabelle, who's been cowering in the back. Was that? Is that him?
Yes. Unfortunately.
Please take me to shore. I think I will get home on my own, thank you.
That's probably a good plan.
Yep. As we go, I want to divine sense one more time.
This it's like still has an aura of desecration. There is no undead.
No source of this thing, just general ickiness.
Yeah, you would know that for land to be desecrated in such a way, somebody would have to perform a foul religious act. A common one being unholy sacrifices.
Which we did.
Whoops.
That guy died pretty damn quickly.
You guys are used to fighting them, which have resistance to almost anything, as well as a metric shit ton of hit points. So, yeah, he died.
Go well. You need to paddle. Start paddling.
You think I'm an
the
idiot,
sail
don't
of
you?
the ship has been deployed this entire time, and so during the fight, you guys were moving without normal paddling.
You think I'm an idiot, don't you?
No, I think you're all wet. And I'm gonna shove him in the water.
Roll to resist a shove. That's acrobatics or athletics, contested by Undar's athletics.
17.
I'm in the water.
I'm gonna smile at my brother's like,
Nice.
You goober.
and then I'm gonna reach out to help him up and go, try not to shock me next time. I don't want to get hit either.
Not coming up.
You're staying in the water?
I don't know how to swim.
You don't know how to swim?
I never said anything about Gorwell being in water, so I'm just going to say he doesn't know how to swim.
No, I think that was something we actually discussed one time. That Gorwell didn't know how to
Yeah,
swim.
actually, I think that has come up before.
You shove your brother into water, and then suddenly panic takes your face as you realize Orwell doesn't know how to swim.
Well,
Orwell, would you consider yourself panicked or stressed in this situation?
I would.
Panicked, I'd be like flailing.
sink or
Like,
swim is
I-
basically
do you
that's
feel
the
panicked or
options he's
stressed
got.
right now?
Panicked.
Okay, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Third time of
Panic.
day.
Oh. You know, that makes a little bit more sense. I get you. It's a 15, but I get you.
The first thing you think is, I don't know how to swim. And the second thing you think is, that's kind of funny. And then you think, no, not this again. And then you manage to save yourself.
As he gets to the surface, I'm gonna offer my hand.
I'm also going to offer him mine so he has an easier time.
All right. Now don't
You
shock
grab
me
him,
next time.
Put him in the water.
Am I
After-
still dying of laughter?
No, you never actually, you survived.
Okay.
You survived.
Good. I thought you're like,
It
that's not
affected
funny.
you
I was
briefly,
like,
but you were
oh.
able to shake off the effects.
Okay.
You shocked me. Underwater, when I was wearing metal armor. Why would you do that?
Well, you look okay, don't you? I mean, you're breathing.
Barely.
Well, think about barely next time you throw your brother who doesn't know how to swim in water.
That's you.
Paddle your own damn boat to shore.
What do you?
I'm going to sit down.
That's why I shoved you in the water. Was for. What do you mean? What?
Guys, you guys reach the shore. You see Myrtle has rolled up her pants to her knees and is playing in the water. And Irina is watching. Ismark has his crossbow ready and he's standing guard. And Freak is standing there, shoes and pants getting soaking wet in the surf. And you guys sail back.
Right.
As you-
Don't tell them what we
As you beach, Irina turns to you and says, Well, what took you so long? And that's where we're going to end tonight.
think
So
we're
we're
all
all
restored.
in agreement. We're not gonna tell her that you guys sacrificed some dude, right?
That
Oh, I murdered him. I didn't sacrifice him.
I did
No,
the
Jesse
sacrificing,
Crane,
and I
like-
deserve to have at least one of my holy symbols revoked.
I did the murdering. That was me. I'll admit that.
I
To be
fair,
shouldn't have said
I gave him a
anything.
chance. I did. I don't like murdering, and I thought about real hard. I was like, oh, I don't want to kill this guy. But then all I could think of was him going, I'll shank you. So I went, oh, God.
We should have just let him be, and we desecrated it.
All throughout Barovia, you've heard how the Morning Lord is the one symbol of hope and good in this land. And you're like, yeah, I'm sure a blood sacrifice, he'll dig that.
The guy
Well,
thinks the
Yeah,
same
actually,
thing.
It's kind of funny.
I'm not going to lie. It still kind of makes sense to me. Gods are weird. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Didn't they
This guy's
sacrifice
trying to
goats
read the
and
same
shit
thing.
back in the old day, and they still think God's good, right?
Didn't they like fucking do genocide back in the day and said it
Yeah,
was
and they were like, God
good
likes
for
this.
him? Like they're like,
Back in
the
God, I
Inquisition.
think like this.
If all gods frowned upon murder, we wouldn't have like half the wars throughout history that we did.
No, most of it's a fuel wasn't man.
I don't see how that logic holds up, but like,
Because literally, think of how many people have died in the name of religion.
yeah,
How many holy wars and holy crusades have happened in our past?
Do you
The
guys want to
Spanish
start a holy war?
Inquisition. Yeah, let's just start a fucking jihad.
but that doesn't mean it's a good thing. Like,
All right,
that's-
fine. Holy
Dude,
war.
you don't
over
have to
here.
It's
tell
a
me.
good
You're the
thing.
Christian. My point is, they thought to themselves, well, it's okay because we're doing it for God. So saying that all gods frown upon murder, all good gods frown upon murder, is just it's kind of a
Well, it's not whether or not the gods frown upon it, because like if you ask me, and I am a Christian, I do not think that the Holy Crusades would have made God happy. Thought that it would make God happy. Whether they are right or wrong is still up for debate. I do think God frowns upon murder. I think the people who were doing it in his name were wrong.
like, there's like, just because I murdered some guy thinking it's gonna make God happy doesn't
Doesn't
mean it's
mean
going
it
to
actually
make him
makes
happy.
God happy.
yeah,
Fuck that.
exactly, and that's what we did today. So don't blame me
Well,
thinking that wouldn't make God
In
happy.
our defense, he was trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, I
Yes,
just
he was
went,
trying to
oh,
do exactly that.
I'll follow his
So-
logic then.
I do.
You're
why
following the
did we
logic of the
follow
man who was
his
about to
logic?
murder a child, and then you promptly killed.
But